Right there as Bert sneezed.
Wasn't me.
Oh, it was. Oh man.
This time.
Whoever
Tried to not do it. That was poor timing.
Whoever it was, I gotcha. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's see. There's 10 of you hanging out there right now, it looks like.
Oh, even more.
Fancy stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, there's Ashley. There's a troublemaker. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're here to play some Creep Skrag Creep, a DCC horror funnel by Stephen Newton. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. I'm sure I'm right. Yep, by Stephen Newton. Stephen has written a lot of little modules that I really dig. He wrote Last Will and Testament of Obadiah Falconer, which is one of my favorites. I believe he did They Serve Brandel in Red. Omnivery of Eden, which we just ran last time, which was fantastic. Yeah, he does good. So yeah, welcome. We're going to go through, do some introductions. We're doing funnels tonight, so I mean, everyone's got 4 characters, so if you want to share something, if you got something real funny about one of your characters, please do so. But I mean, we don't need to go through each character. So just tell me who you are, plug anything you want to plug, and then, yeah, if you got some amusing character, feel free to talk about them. We'll just go in the order of the overlay. I don't have this in correct alphabetical order, but that's okay. Close enough for government work. Bert, tell us about yourself.
Am I not muted? I'm not muted. Good. I'm Bert Bislab on the inner tubes. Run a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder. You can find it at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com, and at twitch.tv/Steam, Steel, Murder. The one character I got tonight that stands out is Sly, the halfling moneylender.
There you go.
Who has abysmal stats, but started out with a large sum of money, which apparently Chuck is taking away from me from the start.
I am. That's how it goes. All right, Dan.
I'm Dan with the Defenders of Cobalt. I don't really have any characters that are particularly exciting, but I've decided that they're all probably dead meat, so they're named flank steak, brisket, filet mignon, and sirloin. So
can't go wrong with that. All right. Over to the other side, Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a proudly adopted kobold. I also sometimes do a comic podcast called The Plewdcast, Plewd. I had a Mendicant that started with cheese dip, and I was really excited about that. So I named my characters before I learned I was going to lose my cheese. Yeah. So I have Jack, Chip, Dale, and Zippy. Just a real classy crew here.
There we go. All right. And Eddie.
I'm Eddie. I'm a member of the Defenders of Kobold, hanging out with everybody tonight, having fun. I got some miscreants, some fun characters. I got a dwarven miner named Barely Eagle, just because he's a little underage, but he knows his way around a pickaxe. And I got a cut purse named Friedrich Wertzig von Hans, because he loves his drink, and going by Freddy 40 Hands was just a little too on the nose. So
okay, there you go.
Nice.
I would like to put out there that we still have a Kickstarter that we're putting out there for our next issue of our Dies in the End Defenders of Cobalt zine. There's the link. If you haven't backed it yet, you should check it out. Give it a little back. Help us get to that goal and make another fantastic zine. Yeah. What's that?
Every bit counts, unless we don't make it to 700, and then none of them count.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get this started. You all are from the small little island of Alviz. Alviz is a very, very poor, community. But over the past year or so, they've kind of fallen on a little bit of hope, something to help out the citizens. And it's the copper mine in Lice, I don't know, LIS. You figure it out. What happens is the people who own the copper mine have taken up a deal with the ship captain, the captain of the ship, the Star of Nostro. And this ship shows up probably about monthly and hires on as many people as they can hold in their ship, and then takes them over to lists so those people can all live there and get jobs in the copper mine. Lice or lease? But yeah, it's probably lice. Yeah. Yeah. So it's such a big deal that as soon as the sails of the Nostromo, or the Star of Nostro, appear on the horizon, the people in Alves start drawing lots. You know, it's a lottery to see who's going to get to go. Most of the people that load up on this ship are never heard from again, living the good life over in Lice. But, you know, occasionally people do show back up. Pockets loaded with chunks of copper, coins, stories of, you know, what it's like to live a good life over in Lice, not having to worry about where your next meal's coming from, having a steady job and a roof over your head. So, yeah, it's that time again. The Star of Nostro showed up, and all of your characters are some of the ones who were lucky enough to get picked. The sailors and the captain of this ship, the captain name, her name is, let me make sure I say this right, Captain Christine de Carolde. Yeah, Carold. Pronouncing words, that's not a thing I'm worried about. You know, there's a big celebration, as big of a celebration as Alves can come up with. You all drank, you ate. They then escorted you onto the ship so you could move on to a better life in Lice. Now, the big catch here, yeah, you're right, Ashley. It's not a thing I'm good at. The big thing here that kind of, you know, maybe doesn't set well with everyone is the cost of passage on the ship. And if you want this ship to take you there, you got to pay the captain all of your earthly possessions. You give away everything. Any money you have, any items you have, you get to keep the clothes on your back, because when you get to Lice, they set you up with a brand new, you know, brand new thing. So sadly, your cheese dip, all of that money you've got, any cool weapons,
that cheese dip on the way over.
Yeah, it's all gone. Sadly, heartbreaking, I know. So,
trading in our pickaxes and shivs for G-strings and twirly tasks,
probably. Just that,
because you just know that that's the job they're going to have lined up for us.
I mean, miners need distractions. It's a hard life.
So, yeah, you load up on the ship after this celebration. Everything was fantastic. But the sound of the waves and the smell of the salty air kind of peels you away from your torpor of sleep. Fighting a headache and a stiff back, you open your eyes just wide enough to realize that you are chained to a pole deep in the hull of the sailing ship, the Star of Nostro.
Called it.
Uh-huh. Your last memory was sharing a goodbye dinner with your neighbors, the ship's captain, her consort, Dahut, and the ship's crew. Now, you were all celebrating your last night on your island home before departing to seek a better life working in those copper mines, where the promise of wealth and opportunity awaits you. Now, after your eyes kind of adjust to the dark, you realize that you're bound to a wooden pole with 3 others. So each one, you know, cluster of your characters are all bound to a pole together by rusty chain shackles on your wrists. Now, to add to your misery is the gagging odor of rot in dank earth. The source of the earthy smell, it's not immediately obvious, but it's easy to spot what reeks of decay. Over half of the passengers, aspirational miners, just like yourselves, are starting to burst from the bloat of death. So they've been dead long enough that they're starting to pop.
Delightful. Maybe we can start taking bets to pass the time on which one's going to go next.
Suddenly, though, you start thinking about taking bets on who's going to pop next. Suddenly, there's a shriek of terror. You look towards the noise, and you see one of your shackled neighbors struggling against what appears to be a small black dragon. With a quick snap of its jaw, the dragon completely severs the man's hand, ending his mining career in a single bite. As you struggle against your chains, even more of the vicious creatures approach.
Oh.
Not struggling at all, playing dead, playing limp.
So yeah, they're crawling towards you all, and actually I have a fantastic little creature. Or image. Let's go ahead and show everyone. Yay!
Oh.
As these little creatures, 6 of them in total, start crawling towards all of you. What do you all want to do? So, Bert, your characters, you're going to play dead.
Yeah, moving as little as possible.
Sure. Dan.
Boy, I feel like that's not a terrible idea. Let's see what happens when they actually climb on me. But otherwise, maybe if they're ignoring the dead bloated people, maybe that's a sound idea.
Okay. Jeremy.
I was kind of curious how we're like chained to a wooden pole. Like, is it possible to try and climb up?
Mm-hmm. If you give me an agility test, pick your character with the best agility modifier, and roll an agility test. If you do, you can slip these chains off from over the pole.
Okay.
Somebody's thinking here.
I'll give it a try. There we go. Let's botch right off the bat.
So yeah,
not botch.
You start struggling, trying to get over it. Now, the 4 of you, you're all chained, wrist to wrist in a circle around this pole. So you don't pull it off. You're going to have to, think of something else maybe to get free. But you are making plenty of commotion. But we'll come back to you on this one. Eddie, what do you got going?
I think I'm going to try the same thing. I'm going to try and maybe see if I can climb up this pole.
Sure. Give me another agility test. Take a character with the highest modifier and roll that for me.
Oh, better.
Still doesn't do it. So you all start struggling against this. As these creatures close in. Now there's 6 of them, and there's 4 of you. So I am going to give a little bit of extra weight to the 2 of you who are making noise. So, Jeremy,
Yep.
I'm going to roll a d6. On a 1 to 2, it's you. Eddie, on a 3 to 4, it's you. Dan, it's a 5. Bert, it's a 6. So, Jeremy.
All right.
One of the creature heads towards you.
Okay.
Bert, another creature head towards your group. Jeremy, another creature heads towards your group. Eddie, you get 1. Eddie, you get 2. Jeremy, 3 of these things come towards you.
All right.
So they come up. And they start, I'm going to start with you, Bert, because you're lying there motionless. They come up, this one creature comes up, it kind of crawls over you. It's about the size of like a like a decent sized iguana. So maybe like 3 feet long. Starts sniffing over. And then is going to just take a bite at, let's see, your character with the lowest luck score.
They're all pretty good, but 10's the lowest. That would be the halfling moneylender. Of course, he smells the best.
He does smell the best. Does a 12 clear his AC?
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, his basic AC is 10, so.
Okay, yep. So he's going to take this bite for 4 damage.
He's dead.
This creature crawls up, bites into your moneylender's torso and just starts ripping it open as it starts kind of crawling into the cavity, trying to get at whatever tasty bits are inside of it.
No better end for a moneylender.
Mm-hmm. So,
That's funny.
Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
I got myself a 15, a 14, and a 4, or 5. So the 5 is going to miss. 2 of these creatures bite in. Who's your character with the lowest luck score?
Let's see. We've got a 10. Looks like Jack. Oh no, he lost his cheese dip.
Uh-huh.
So Jack and Dale, they both got 9s.
All right. So Jack is going to take 4 points of damage.
Oh man. Well, at least he was full of cheese. I bet he tasted good.
So yeah, this
Does it
creature
get out of him like a hot pocket?
Well, the
He
creature.
just pops.
So yeah, your guys are all standing up trying to get over. So this creature climbs up and takes a hard bite right at Jack's knee, severing the limb right above the knee. His blood starts spraying out, and Jack bleeds out.
Oh no.
And who was the other one?
Looks like Dale.
Dale takes 1 point of damage. Does that kill Dale?
No, Dale is a pretty hardy fella.
Okay. So finally, Eddie. I got a 3 and a 15. So your character with the lowest luck. Who is that?
That's gonna be either one of my two, either my Elven Sage or my Dwarven Miner. Either
All right.
one.
1 to 2 is Sage, 3 to 4 is Minor. Your Elven Sage takes 2 points of damage
Ooh.
as this thing starts biting at its inner thigh, your Sage's inner thigh. Does that kill your Sage?
No, my Sage is pretty tough.
Okay.
She does squats.
Didn't skip leg day.
Mm-mm.
She does not skip leg day. She's got those thick thighs.
So
Thighs save.
that's, can't argue with that. I think right now we've got our opening salvo taken care of. We're going to go ahead and just move into initiative. So
Went really well for us.
Uh-huh.
So no-
roll a d20 plus your character with the highest plus your highest dexterity modifier.
Look at that. I did it, guys.
Oh my god.
We're talking about it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, agility modifier, yeah.
But we got the 1 and the 2 taken care of, Jeremy.
Yep.
All right. So,
Just get those fumbles out of the way now.
Right.
who is Petty Tom? Is that you, Eddie?
Yeah.
All right. So, Eddie and Bert both got a
Oh yeah, I should probably put my names on the end of my sheet.
Yeah, I need to do that.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna get invaded here.
Flank, you rolled a 2, so that's Dan. And then Jeremy, if that's correct, or yep.
It's a 4. I got a modifier on it.
Yep. All right, Eddie and Bert, you two will both act simultaneously. What do you want to do?
How are we bound? Chain or rope?
Chains, loose, rusty shackles. You do think that they're not real
Okay.
tight, so maybe, if you give me a decent enough agility check, you could possibly wiggle out of it.
How tall is the pole?
Poles are maybe like 7 to 8 feet tall, enough that with a little bit of work, you could lift up someone's arm over it. That would be another agility test.
Right.
The pole itself also doesn't look extremely sturdy. With enough force, you might be able to just break through the pole.
Well, my guys are going to work together, and since they're all bound around the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to plant their feet on the pole, and then all push at the same time and shimmy themselves up as high as they can get. And then once they're up there, they're going to try and sway back and forth to break the pole.
Oh, wow. This is going to be... why don't you give me... I think this all sounds pretty athletics because you're pushing against each other using might to force your way up. So go ahead and give me a strength test with your character who's got the highest strength score.
Strength test. Okay. All right. Oh,
that is a 9. Sadly...
we're just not in rhythm.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not able to shimmy your way up. I'll let you, if you want, I'll let you go ahead and you got 3 characters. I'll let you go ahead and see if maybe you just want to try and force the pole, like try and break it. If that's what you were, because you were going to shimmy up and then try to break it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to just try and break it, I'll let you do that on this turn too.
Sure. Yeah. So if we find that we can't get up, maybe it's too slip or something, we just start rocking back and forth and try to shatter the thing off.
Sure. Go give me
you
another
want the same
strength
kind
test.
of roll.
Yep. Exact same roll.
There you go.
do. Your 3 surviving characters attached to the corpse of your moneylender break through this pole. Yeah, so your group is free. Eddie.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to just try and break the pole. I'm not going to worry about trying to shimmy up it.
Sure. Give me a strength test. Does 12 do it? Nope, 12 doesn't do it. You want to spend any luck on that? You could pick one of your characters and have them dump a point of luck.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Because 13 will break you free.
Yeah, I'll do that. Friedrich is going to burn one of his luck.
Okay. And actually, while I was thinking, hey, Captain Kyrian, that's 300. Is that a reroll and a fleeting luck or 3 fleeting luck? But you know what? Actually, Bert, you should have had another action that I forgot about. Because you got 3 characters, and Eddie, you've got 4 characters. So your first action was to break free. What do you want to do with your other 3 actions there, Eddie? Now, keep in mind, you are bound together. If you're talking, it's not coming through.
So everybody else is still attached to their poles, right?
Yep.
So my guys are free, but we're stuck together with our chain.
Yep.
Rusty chains.
Yep.
Is there anything around the cabin that we can find as far as like a crude implement or a tool or anything?
Sure. You look around. And you see there's actually a coffin-sized crate setting in this hold with you, with two dead-looking sailors lying over it. And each one of the sailors has a short sword sheathed on their belts.
So I'm going to take, we'll as a group kind of shimmy over to where these 2 sailors are.
Yep.
We're going to take the 2 short swords. I'm going to chuck one of them over to Bert's group.
Okay, cool.
And then we're going to take the second one, and I would like to try and see if we can use it to maybe try and pry these rusty shackles open.
Sure. Go ahead. Give me a strength test. I'm going to give you a +1 for using the sword as a tool.
All right. 21.
Yeah, you break through your shackles. You break through a pair of shackles. So rather than being bound kind of back to back in a circle, you're now bound in a straight line. And Bert, they toss a short sword over to your group. You do have an action left, Bert. So
All right. So since we're out of the pole and that chain's drop slack, is there enough slack where we can use this between 2 or 3 people to strangle one of the things with?
absolutely, you can.
Yeah. So we're going to use the chains to try and strangle one of the things.
Sure. Make me an attack roll. And this chain is going to deal a D3 damage using it like this.
I was thinking the same idea, Bert.
Yes.
Holy crap. Critical hit. Everyone go ahead and take a point of fleeting luck. We'll get this fleeting luck. We'll assign it to the player. That way you can use it for any of your characters.
Mhm.
And yeah, I won't even make you. Actually, you know what? I do have the 0 level charts there.
Yep.
So we can
So
roll
the
a critical.
D4.
Yep. D4 plus your highest luck modifier.
A 4.
So strike to the foe's kneecap, deal an extra D4 damage. And foe suffers -10 to speed. So yeah, give me a D3 for the damage on the chain, and then that extra D4 damage.
Chain did 3
All right.
and another 3. 6 points of
You
damage.
got spicy dice tonight, Bert.
Yeah.
With that, you slay.
It's because we sacrificed a money lender. Let's be honest.
Okay. Your karma fee's been paid.
Yeah, that must be it. With that, you slay this creature. One of the 6 creatures is dead. Yeah.
Oh, and the
Then
mercenary grabbed the sword that was thrown.
okay, cool. Then it's the creatures. So, Eddie, you moved away from the creature that was attacking. Well, you had 2 creatures attacking you. Yeah, they're going for you, Eddie.
Do I no longer have any more actions?
No, you used all 4 of yours, correct?
Just making sure, because I moved off to grab the 2 swords, checked one to Bert.
Yeah.
Tried to. So
Yeah. So
Team player activity.
6 and a 7, that's not going to clear. So they come up, they try to attack, but you're free now, so you're able to kind of move away. Jeremy, though.
Serpentine.
How many characters you got left, Jeremy? 3?
I got 3.
It looks like one of these creatures bites. Who's got your lowest luck?
All right, my next lowest luck, I believe, is still Dale. He survived 1.
Dale takes 2 points of damage.
Dale's still up.
Wow. Dale got a positive constitution modifier?
He has a positive constitution modifier.
Wow.
He's not looking good anymore, but he's shockingly still alive.
That's
That's a
impressive.
blacksmith. He's a big, hardy boy.
All right. Dan, what are you going to do?
Boy, I think I'm gonna just try and pop myself off of the. We'll try and go off the top first because I know I don't got a lot of strength.
Okay. That's an agility.
Yeah.
13 does it. You're up and over. There's your first action.
And I was thinking I'll just try and double down on strangling them with the chains as well because it's what I got, and
Okay.
maybe I'll just break the chains on their faces.
Strength test.
Uh,
D3 damage.
Let's see. Ooh.
19's a hit.
3 damage.
3 damage does not slay. Where did you go up? Did you go attack the ones over on Jeremy or the ones over on Eddie?
Probably the ones on Jeremy because he's
Okay.
nearest, I assume.
Yeah.
It's not going well.
He needs help.
All right. That one's still up. You've got 2 actions remaining. Hey
All
there.
right.
There's another point of fleeting luck. Thanks there, Junkyard Boss 666.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Now it's time to roll these poor strength rolls.
6 is a miss. 7 is a miss.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right. So, yeah, you move up, you swing, trying to get your attack on with these chains, but it just doesn't connect. Jeremy, you've got 3 characters there, and you're still attached to a pole.
I am, yeah. So I heard the talk of using a tool to break the chains, and I like that. And it occurred to me that Zippy is an elven channeler, and we all know the elves are just cold-hearted bastards.
Yeah.
And he sees what's left over of the shin bone down from Jack, and he knows that Jack was an eater of cheese, and he's got those, calcium laced bones. And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna shove that bone in there and try and pry it.
Sure thing. Strength test, and go ahead and give me a +1 since you're using a tool.
Wonderful. So we'll do this, and we'll add another +1 at the end of it. 8. God bless it. I can't.
Yeah. Now you're thinking with femurs.
Yeah, that doesn't clear it. You're still
Man.
locked up.
We're not using roll 20, but it feels like it. This is payback for the last time we played.
Yeah. So there's one of your 3 actions. What are you gonna do with the other 2?
You know what? I guess Dale is going to do his best to try and pull free as well. Why not?
Okay.
Okay.
13
Dale
does
gets-
it. You're now in a straight line rather than bound in a circle.
Well, that's something. And so I guess Dale's brother Chip, the worthless little bastard that he is, will still try and, I guess, kind of follow the lead of the other people we're seeing around here and try using the chain to strangle the little thing. Or
Sure.
at least one of them.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that strength test for me. Ooh,
At least it's not a natural one.
that
but-
is
a
not.
natural one.
It's a dirty one, not a natural one. So, all right. So that there is a miss. So we've got
man.
4 of these still at full hit points, and one of them has been injured. Passing the turn back up to Eddie and Bert. Which one of you would like to go first?
Go ahead, Eddie. I went first last time.
Okay. How close together are these 2 that we have been kind of fighting off, Chuck?
They're within 5 feet.
How close are they to each other? Are they, right?
Yeah, like 5 feet from each other. Yeah.
Are they down on all 4s still?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So how big was this pole that we were bound to?
Maybe like 7-8 feet tall. Maybe 3-4 inches thick.
Can a team lift it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is, can we use this thing as a spear and or a baseball bat to hit these things with? It's a little long to swing, but
Or just
You could.
drop it on them?
You do have a short sword still.
yeah.
But yeah, you could use your movement, go over and grab this pole, and then use an action to swing this pole like a large club or something like that, or a spear. I mean, it's kind of awkward because of how large it is, but
Right. Yeah, that's a little too awkward, I think. So here's, I think, what we'll do.
That pole's a little too girthy.
A little too girthy. I think we'll follow suit. Everybody else seems to be having a little bit of luck. Let's see if we can't get around one of these things with the chain.
okay.
And kind of in place.
That's a strength test for whatever character is going to make that attack.
Let's see here.
Wow, that is a critical success. Everyone take you another point of fleeting luck. That character needs to roll me a d4 plus their luck modifier.
All right.
I want to apologize in advance.
You're going to steal all that fleeting luck.
More than likely.
3.
Okay. Stunning crack to the forehead. Foe takes an additional D3 damage and falls to the bottom of the initiative count next round. So, you're going to give me 2 D3 damage on this creature.
This is the character that has the short sword, by the way.
Okay. So a short sword is a D6, if I remember correctly.
Would be what, a D6 and a D3?
A D6 plus a D3. And if they got a strength modifier, you can apply a strength modifier.
Yes, they do. There's a total of 8.
You slay one of these creatures.
Fantastic. So I got what, 2 actions left, I guess. I guess how much it takes for us to encircle this thing, because it's all of us are tied together.
We just call it your movement. So you've still got your regular actions, your action die.
Okay. So that should be for 3 characters.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what else the other 3 could do.
They could use these chains and use them as a bludgeoning weapon. The other ones have been trying to wrap the chains around these things and just crush their necks.
Yeah.
Give them the old Princess Leia.
I'll have the other 3 kind of try and get wrapped around the second one and see if they can just choke it with it.
Sure.
Let's see. We're just calling that a strength test. Since we're using the chain, are we doing that as a tool or just leaving it flat?
Just flat.
Okay.
So strength plus, D20 plus strength modifier. So 14 is a hit.
Sweet.
Gotta give me a D3 for damage.
3 damage.
All right, it's still up. How many characters is that? Is that 2?
That's 2 attacks. Yes.
You got 2 more actions. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna keep banging away at this thing.
Sure thing.
So that's not gonna be.
So D20 plus strength modifier.
You can just click the strength button on your sheet and it'll roll it too.
Oh, can you? Okay, cool.
Yep.
That's handy. So 17, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 17's a hit. Give me another D3. 2 damage.
more.
You slay that creature.
Fantastic.
There's no other creatures in arm length, and you kind of used your movement to encircle these. So that would be the end of your turn there.
Great.
Bert.
All right. So, is there still a group that's still tied to a pole?
No, Jeremy, you broke free of your pole, didn't you? Yeah, everyone's free of their poles.
Okay. Well, 2 of my guys are going to use the length of chain to try and choke one of the monsters. Just whichever one happens to be closest to us. And the mercenary that's got the long sword is going to attack another one that's nearby.
Sure. If your 2 characters are working together, go ahead and just take a +2.
Okay.
That'll be both of their actions combined.
Sure. And another +1 for stat bonus.
Yeah, if
Highest
you got
stat
a
bonus amongst 2.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
16.
16 is a connect. Give me a D3 for that damage plus your strength modifier.
Two points of
2
damage.
points of damage.
It strangles it.
It's still alive, but yeah, you put some hurt on it. So where you're standing at, you could attack the one that Dan's group injured. You can attack the one that your 2 guys were just strangling, or there's one that still has not been scathed yet.
All right, he'll try and finish off the one that's being strangled with the chains.
Sure. Okay.
Any bonus because it's still being held in the chain?
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Go and take a couple points on that.
He misses.
That's not a...
I'm not used to this weapon.
Yeah. All right. So the creatures... the creature that you've got in the chain is going to... Bert is going to... lash out with its strong tail with these like weird kind of like stingers at the end of it. One of your 2 that's holding it down.
Okay, go for it.
That's going to be a 14. I am going to give it a -2 based on the fact that it is kind of being held down. Does that clear the AC?
It'll clear either one of their ACs.
Okay.
Yep.
Whichever one has the lowest luck
Okay.
is now going to take 2 points of damage.
Yeah, he's dead. There goes my woodcutter.
Your woodcutter has been slain.
No longer cut wood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dan, your group was trying to strangle one of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the same thing. 17, I'm going to take a couple points because it's being strangled.
That's going to hit anybody.
So your character with the lowest luck is going to take 1 point of damage.
All right. Well, I only had 2 people have the lowest luck, but only one of them was strangling, so I'm gonna give it to him.
Then that's the one that takes it. All right.
He survives for now.
And Jeremy, this one that is unhurt. Ooh, I just rolled a fumble.
Gee.
Yay!
Yay! Some luck.
Let's see. I need to roll myself. Oh, that's crit table. Oh, there's no monster fumble table, is there? I'm just going to take it.
His
This
weapon
thing-
tail detaches and flies off.
No, it swings so hard that it knocks itself over, and it'll be prone, giving a +4 bonus.
Wonderful.
Give him,
I'm
Jeremy.
sorry, a +2 bonus to the next attack against it.
You should have
Cool.
somebody bite into him and
Quirks.
show him how it feels.
I know what I'm gonna do actually.
All right, so Dan, you're up.
All right. Well, it's time to blow all that fleeting luck we got here. So
Mm-hmm.
let's start with. We'll have this one guy who has positive strength try to strangle one on his own. There it is. I called it. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
All the fleeting luck is gone. Dan.
Wait, did
Yeah.
we have one reroll?
Oh,
Yeah, did
we
Captain
have one
Fury-
reroll.
Captain
We have
did
one
get us a reroll.
Yeah,
Was it the roll he wanted?
he gave us 300, so I was going to call that a reroll and a point of fleeting luck earlier. So yeah, Dan, go ahead and reroll that.
Hey, look at that.
Wow.
Whoa, Captain, thank you.
Captain Carry
From
On.
0 to hero.
Dan, give me a D4 plus that character's luck bonus.
He even has positive luck.
Solid strike, you inflict an additional 1d6 damage. So D3 for your chain, D6 for the crit. And everyone gets another point of fleeting luck for that success. So,
That until my next roll, at least.
so Dan, one of these is slain. One of
Man.
these.
Captain. Another
Yeah.
another
Oh, wow.
reroll.
There we go.
Damn.
One of these creatures is prone. One of them has been injured. Dan, what are you going to do? One of them has been injured, and the injured one is the one that Bert's characters are kind of holding down at the moment.
Just want to say that Captain's not wrong. My characters have higher luck than I do.
All right, Dan, how many characters you got left to go this turn? 3?
I've got 3. So let's just work them all over here. I'm just gonna click the same one 3 times because they all have the same strength.
One of
Hey.
them connects, so give me that D3 damage.
Boy,
So-
the D3's been hot tonight for some reason.
Was that against the prone or the one that Bert's characters are holding down?
The ones Bert characters are holding down.
All right, you go up and you help Bert's characters slay that one. The only one that's left is the one that's prone, passing our turn to Jeremy, and
I figure
Jeremy's
he
3
needs
characters.
this.
Yeah.
I figure he needs this.
Yeah.
Well, you know, again, I do fall back on the fact that Zippy is a cold-hearted elven bastard. And while he didn't successfully break the chain, maybe he's got a nice little sharp point now that's broken off on the end of his friend's
Yeah,
shin bone. He's just going to raise it with both hands and try and jab it down to this
Sure.
thing's belly.
D20 plus 2 for being prone plus that character's strength modifier.
Wonderful. I'll just roll his strength check and we'll toss a 2 at the end of it.
Sure thing.
So 17?
That's a hit.
Nice.
I have no clue how much damage the shin
gonna-
bone does.
I'm gonna call it a. We're gonna call it a D3. D3
Okay, cool.
plus your strength modifier.
Okay, D3 plus 2.
Oh, he stabs down, doesn't finish the job, but this thing is in really rough shape.
Okay.
You got 2 characters left.
Dale will follow up.
Stuff
Does
commits.
so only Zippy got the plus 2 to hit, right?
No, I'm sorry. Until this thing takes a turn again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then Dale is just gonna whip the chain down on it or something.
Sure thing. Yeah. Give me 2 to that. That's a
So-
hit. Give me another D3 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. D3 plus 1. Come on now. Do it.
There you go. And you slay the last of these small little dragon creatures.
Huzzah.
So the carnage within this cramped berth it's horrific. There's blood, there's severed limbs, there's some of the people you woke up with dead. There's other people, other villagers, potential miners such as yourselves that are strapped to this pole and have died. There are some that seem to be asleep in some form that they just absolutely will not rouse. The entire area, it just reeks of death in a strange kind of earthy musk. Now, looking around, you do see... You do see that there are 2 dead crew members. These are the 2 crew members that Eddie ran up to. Their faces are covered with these cloth masks that resemble large bird beaks. So, what are the plague doctor masks? They're slumped on top of this coffin-sized box. Their hands are gripping the lid of the box in their death pose. The swords, well, they were sheathed on their belts. Now the swords have been taken out. There's also a narrow ladder that leads to the deck above. And there are 2 large cargo hatches, one on the ceiling above you and one on the floor below you. You see this coffin-sized box with these 2 crew members wearing these plague doctor masks, like clasping the lid of it. There's a ladder going up, and then there's a cargo door going down and a cargo door going up. I want to try something. We're going to see if this works. I'm moving everyone over to the ship's profile.
Emphasis from the side.
Yeah, what all do you see there? Do you see anything?
A door at the top, a door at the bottom, and what looks like 2 ladders.
Okay.
One with a door at the top and one with a door at both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying, this is just a side profile view so I can kind of better convey what you're all seeing. And everyone sees that, right? I've got our vision based on that Defenders of Kobold icon right there. And you all can move that around as you move through the ship. You don't see the ladder that's kind of in gray there. It's actually boxed in entirely and not accessible, so you wouldn't actually know that it's a ladder. But I had to have some way to kind of convey for other parts of the map. But there's a ladder that goes up, cargo door that goes up, and cargo door that goes down. There's
we should probably set some people free first.
Yeah. Let's break these chains if we can. Try and pry.
I want to scavenge for anything we can use for more weapons and armor. Like if we can use, if there are barrels, like using a barrel top for a shield.
Yeah.
The little baling pins for clubs, and just start handing out anything we can find for weapons to everybody.
First, let's get our chains off.
Well, I was going to say, if you do check on those 2 dead crew members, they do have keys on them that fit the locks on your manacles. So you're able to use that to undo your manacles, freeing all of you. Now, in this hold that you're in, it's pretty much barren. There's the dead, there's the strange coffin box, but there's no cargo in here whatsoever other than people.
So is it obvious how the creatures came in? They didn't go up and down the ladders. Did we see what door they came out of?
You didn't see what door. Now, you can see these creatures, as they moved around, you can see they left like a strange slime trail. And it actually looks like it comes down that ladder.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-oh. Well, for now, I'll just keep my chains. So I can whap people with them, I suppose.
Okay. The chains would function as a D3 bludgeoning weapon. So, and there's enough chain for every character to have, character to have one of these chains. But other than that, there's not really anything in this hold. This is, other than people, there's nothing in this area of the ship.
We can check what's in the box.
Do you want to go check what's in the box?
Might listen to it first, and then check what's in the box.
That's an intelligence test for me.
All right, let me see if I have anybody that's got any intelligence, because I sure don't. Oh my gosh. Filet mignon. With your +2, look at that.
So
the whole 4.
You don't hear anything inside, but you can definitely tell the weird kind of musky, earthy smell is coming from this box.
Okay.
Do you want to move the dead off of it and open the lid and see what's inside?
Maybe instead of doing that, I'll just knock on the box and then see if the box knocks back.
You knock, knock, knock on the box, and it is absolutely silence in response.
Does anybody else want to come over here and be prepared to die when I open this with me?
Yeah, my 2 guys will come over after they have found whatever will pass as weapons.
Chains,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, pretty much just chains and those 2 short swords at this point.
Okay.
All right. However many of my people it requires to open the box, we'll start working on it.
It's not nailed or anything. The lid's just over it, so one person could lift it.
All right.
So who's all opening the box and who's standing back ready to attack?
So my 2 characters will stand back ready to whack whatever might come out.
Sure, yeah.
This is probably a mistake, so Brisket will try and open the box. And the rest of my characters will prepare to attack relentlessly.
Sure. So you open the box, looking inside, quickly seeing that it's just strange mushrooms and dirt. So everyone who is waiting to attack and the person opening the box, give me a fortitude save. Now, are there dwarves still alive?
I have a dwarf, yeah.
So, Eddie, your dwarf would, when this box opens, be able to get the scent that there's some gold in there. Not much, but there is gold somewhere in that box. So, Dan, there's your characters. And
But both of mine failed.
both of yours failed? Okay. Are, for those characters' professions, are any of their professions gong farmers or mushroom farmers?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Scribe and mercenary.
All of those characters fall into a coma. And that coma is going to last just for 1 turn. So
Okay, that's not
10
not
minutes. Yeah,
awful. What was the DC for it?
20.
Oh, well, yeah, then all of mine failed too.
Yeah. But now, Jeremy and Eddie, you two see that the rest of them around this box, they open the box, this pungent smell starts wafting out, and they all collapse onto it. You get a really strong feeling that that lid needs to be closed ASAP.
Ooh,
Who's going to try and close it? Jeremy, are you muted?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Zippy, continuing to be the cold-hearted bastard he is, will start ripping the clothes off of his dead friend to form masks around his face.
Okay.
Tearing some clothes off and using it as a mask, if possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone trying to close this box?
Petty Tom will help out. He'll also try and tear off a chunk of
Okay.
cloth from his own clothes, or somebody else is trying to kind of put it over his own face.
So the reason why I was asking like that was because time was of the essence. And you all took the time to tear cloth and make masks. So go ahead and give me a fortitude save for each of your characters. Oh,
wow. Petty Tom.
Petty Tom
Actually,
just bought everyone a point of fleeting luck. Petty Tom, you're not affected by this.
Good old gravedigger.
He's used to this filth.
He's like, I don't smell anything.
So, yeah, I'll say, Petty Tom, you weather it, you close the box, and sure enough, just a handful of minutes later, everyone else starts coming back too. So, you're all a little groggy. Petty Tom saved the day, though. What's going to happen next?
Apparently not that box.
Yeah? Do you want to head up the ladder, maybe check out one of these cargo doors?
Are the cargo doors like the kind of like hatched kind where they're like you can see through them?
Well, no, they're not.
Okay.
They're hatched as in it's double doors that you can push open or, from the bottom pull open. But
They
you can't.
open in or out.
They open up for both of them. So from down below, the cargo doors on the ceiling you could push up, and the cargo door on the floor you could pull open, kind of like cellar doors.
Now, how about these 2 doors that are down here in the hold?
That's the cargo doors I'm talking about. You got a cargo door.
Those are the cargo doors. Okay.
Yep, and a cargo door.
I feel like we might be safest trying to pull open the ones in the floor, since we can quickly shut them, and hopefully whatever's below would have to jump.
We can look down. We have the high ground.
The door that those things came out of, does it open out or in?
It is an open hatch that looks like in the deck above that this ladder is poking through.
Can we look around and find anything that we could stick to block that so no more of these things come down?
Can the ladder be moved temporarily, maybe, so they have
we have all of these poles we were tied to as well.
You could take some time and you could stuff these poles in there in a way to kind of block it off.
You hear Zippy cracking bones as he tries to prep Jack's body to fill a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say using a few minutes, using, these poles you broke off and corpses, you can kind of wedge that ladder opening close, or, block it to keep anything else from climbing down.
Or potentially to trap us inside.
It's fine either way.
Better down here than up there. Up there's the unknown. Down here, look at the corpses. We have at least got food.
Petty Tom's just gonna go, whoa, ominous.
All right. So, is that the plan? You plug that, you open the door in the floor.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my breath this time when the door opens.
Sure. You open this door and you're looking down. It's maybe like a 7-foot drop to the floor below. You're looking into a dark, cramped deck. Smells of yeast rot and well oil. Now, the entire area is crowded with crates, barrels, all carefully stacked and tied together. There's, along the bulkheads, tied down with numerous ropes and elaborate knots, there's several masts and sails and other items used to repair a ship while at sea. Also, both fore and aft, you see, and actually I can open this. It's open, and you all can, I'll just move you there so you can see at least. You see many posts with rows of hammocks fastened between them. The crew's lockers are neatly stacked against the port and starboard bulkheads. There are 5 unlit lanterns that sway over the bunks. Both fore and aft, you see many posts. I've already read that. Now, you do also see several corpses lying, rotting on the deck. They are bloated, rancid, and they appear to be disemboweled. There are rats feeding and nibbling on the extremities of the corpses, but they all kind of scurry away as this hatch opens up.
Are the corpses sailors or more people like us?
Sailors. They look like sailors.
Okay.
Oh, we might be on an uncrewed ship at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you also see a ladder leading up, and it kind of, it lines up with this. So it's the same ladder. It looks like it was just a direct ladder down to this deck. But over here, you do see an opening in the floor with the ladder going down. So ladder's going up, ladder going down. Corpses on the floor, cargo along the walls, crew hammocks, crew lockers. Oh, but before we do that, we do have a little bit of housekeeping we need to get into. I kind of forgot that. So, your characters have survived the first encounter. Lucky you. So, next up, every character has a chance to know some kind of rumor. So, Bert, how many characters do you got?
2.
Your first
The
character.
combined hit points of 4.
That's fine. Luckily, this is just what your characters know. So one of your character knows that the captain left one of her crew on the island before you set sail. The abandoned sailor looked deathly ill. The other thing, your other player knows that seabirds must not be harmed. The presence of seabirds brings good luck, fortune for finding land and or safety. Conversely, causing any harm to a seabird is terrible luck. Dan, how many characters do you got? 4?
I still have 4 so far.
All right. Character 1 knows that dwarves are unlucky, and it is well known having a dwarf on board your ship will cause misfortune.
Well, that explains everything that's happened so far.
Yeah. Your second character knows that a red sky at night means good weather, and conversely, a red sky in the morning indicates impending storms. Character number 3. Sharks swimming alongside a ship are a sign of bad luck.
Means there's meat.
And your last character knows that Pelagia rewards those who tattoo their bodies at sea. Different symbols offer different types of protection.
Oh, good. As soon as we can find something to tattoo ourselves with, let's get to it, guys.
There we go. Jeremy, how many characters you got? 3?
I got 3.
All right. Character number 1 knows that dolphins swimming alongside the ship are a sign of good luck. Number 2, some words or phrases must be strictly avoided. Offering good luck brings the exact opposite. Mentioning drowning puts a sailor at risk of a watery grave. And the word Skrag risks summoning a dreaded water troll.
Huh.
Put those
what was
in
that?
the dictionary of words to not say.
Yeah. And then your final, it's considered bad luck to have 3 lit lanterns in the same compartment.
Okay.
Eddie, you got, how many do you got?
Got 4.
All right. Well, I only have 3 rumors left, so one of your characters doesn't know anything.
Probably my dwarf.
Yeah.
Doesn't know anything.
So, red-haired people on a ship are especially unlucky, even more so than dwarves. The Ibis pirates have been known to capture ships along this route. Those who are captured are pressed into service and never heard from again. And the last one, each ship has a clabberboutman, a water kobold, associated with it. For a ship that fails to obtain a water kobold cannot survive its maiden voyage. The water kobold can sometimes be heard singing sea shanties, but never seen except for when the ship is doomed. The clabberboutman can be called through song to help repair ships or protect the faithful.
But he got a good singing voice.
Probably not.
So that's the first bit of housekeeping. The next one is I've got a table with some personality quirks. Here's what I'm going to do. These are going to be optional. If you want your character to take a personality quirk, it would be randomly rolled, but that character's luck score, permanent luck score, will be increased by 1. Does anyone want to take?
Yes.
How
Are
many?
the quirks all bad or are some of them good?
Some of them are, none of them are terrible.
Okay.
They range slightly bad to neutral to slightly good. Yeah.
I will take 2, please.
All right. So, Eddie, one of your characters, let's see, is claustrophobic, panics in cramped spaces or compartments. So that character gets a 1 increase to their luck. And the other one, the loquacious mansplainer, feels compelled to give their opinions on a matter, any matter, all matters.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Anyone else want quirks?
I'll go with 2 for my Smith and my Squire, the 2 brothers.
Sure.
The elf already has his own quirk.
All right. So the Smith, intuitive, knows the background and benefit of any tattoo they see on a sailor.
Okay.
And the Squire Pelagia devotee, obsessive need to throw any treasure or items of value overboard into the sea as offerings to reverse bad fortune.
He dies next.
Guys, next.
These seem fun. I'll do them. Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
How many you want? You got 2 characters, right?
I got 2 characters. Do them both.
All right. First character, subject to mirage and hallucination. Sees and reports other ships, land, sea monsters whenever outside on the weather decks or in the rigging.
That'll be the scribe. He huffs his own inks.
And your next one, fear of heights. Resist climbing into rigging or higher than 5 feet from a base.
That's the mercenary. Never trust anything if your feet aren't on the ground.
That's beautiful. Dan, do you want any?
Let's roll them all.
All right. You got how many? 4?
Yep.
All right. So, paranoid, convinced a party member is the source of bad luck. Randomly assign one of the PCs the title of Jonah, a person bringing bad luck to the boat. This character will not cooperate with the PC they are convinced is the Jonah. I am going to roll a D4. Bert's 1, Dan 2, Jeremy 3, Eddie 4. 2. So Dan, one of your characters. I'm going to roll a D6. This character cannot be the Jonah, but 1, 2 for your first character, 3, 4 second, 5, 6. 5, 6. Which of your characters, which is the last character in your listing, is the Jonah?
It's Sirloin.
Sirloin is the one that character does not trust. What is that? That's 2. Or is that the first one? That was your first one.
Yep.
All right. Next one. Nervous whistler. Begins whistling when scared. All right. The third one. Afraid of the dark. Panics in areas with low light sources. So the deck that you just came from, it was dark, but your eyes were kind of adjusted. But this would count as like a low light area. So this character would be, not great. And your last one. Rambunctious. PC will drink any alcoholic beverage available and start fights with the nearest characters.
That's perfect because he's also the Jonah.
That's wonderful. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these left. Does anyone have characters that need some more that want them or no? Are we good? All right. There you go. And every character that took a quirk, your permanent luck score increases by 1.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you're looking down into the deck below you. You see some dead crewmen. Plenty of cargo. You see 5 lanterns unlit hanging there. And you see, looks like crew lockers up against the bulkheads.
There might be some more S words.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Hopefully we can.
Who wants to go down first?
Lanterns are nice. Maybe some more equipment is nice.
I believe Brisket at this point will start whistling, and Filet Mignon will not go down there. So
My guys go down.
Okay.
The
Let's
crew
do it.
lockers are just too compelling.
It's 7.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's 7 feet, so you can
dark.
just kind of lower yourself down and drop relatively safely. It's a low area. Anyone who wants to go down, I'll let you. If you've got characters who are staying the deck above, make sure you note that. In case things go sideways. So yeah, now that you're down there, what do you want to investigate first? What do you want to do? There's ladder down, ladder up.
Well, first, just make sure there's nothing still alive or moving down here.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an intelligence test. Right off the bat, you see rats. Yeah, that's a good roll. So looking around, you do see signs of rats. You see that there's old, dried out, kind of flaking, of these slime trails, but they've been long enough that they're not. You feel confident that none of these weird little creatures are on this deck right now. It does look like they climbed down that ladder.
The other vertical ladder.
Yep. This ladder.
Yep. Start ransacking chests.
Sure thing.
Agreed.
Blank and Sirloin are going to debate about going down the ladder for a moment.
And for whatever reason, our blacksmith is going to be looking at the dead sailors to see if there's any interesting tattoos.
Could one of you guys light a lantern down there?
Eddie Tom's going to start explaining to whoever is nearest to him. You know, it really behooves one when you go down into a place like that to have a way back up and out. Really ought to throw something up to use as a rope or a ladder. But that's none of my business.
So it was a 7-foot drop, right?
Yeah.
You could just stand on one of the hammocks and hop up.
Mm-hmm.
We can always lower our chains down to you as well.
Pull
Yeah.
you up.
Nice.
So, those looking through the crew lockers, I want a percentile.
Ooh, percentile.
Are they locked? First of all, are they closed or locked?
They're closed, but not locked.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep. All right. For each character or just each player?
Each character.
Okay, well, here are my first two, 93 and 76.
So, that 93, you find a sling and a badger pelt. That 76, you find a dagger, 4 gold, 14 silver, and 27 copper.
Nice.
He'll hand the coins over to the guy that has the sling. Can't spend them.
That's fun.
Might as well shoot them.
Yeah,
All
Captain
right.
Kyrian, just one per person for those quirks, or one per character. Yeah, is anyone else searching lockers?
Heck yeah.
Badger pelt over his head.
There you
I'm
go.
now Badger Man.
All right. So we got
If any of you would be kind enough to light a lantern down there for me, the rest of my party can come down there.
Is anyone going to light a lantern? Well, Dan, did any of your characters go down?
No, because Jonah's being a little bitch. No. And-
69.
This is our
Yep.
yeah, so 69 gets you a short bow
Okay.
and a deer pelt.
Okay.
A 95 gets you a club and a begging bowl.
Jack would have loved that.
90 gets you a long sword and a steel helmet.
What?
Nice.
Anyone lighting a lantern so Dan's characters can come down?
Probably should. Okay.
All right.
All right. If there's something to do, then we'll go down there and we'll look for some equipment as well. So I can find out what bad sorts of things are in these lockers.
So percentile if you're searching through the lockers.
Yep.
What are your numbers there, Dan?
22, 47, 8, and 4.
22 gets you a staff and a lantern.
Oh, well, that's handy.
47 gets you a pitchfork and a tarot deck. 8 gets you a hammer, which can be wielded as a tong or a club, and a pair of steel tongs. And the 4 gets you a dagger and a spyglass.
What was the item that came with the pitchfork?
What number was that? Is that 8?
47.
47. Tarot deck.
Tarot deck. Okay.
Seeing that there's a lantern lit, I think Arya and Bearly Eagle are also going to jump down there.
Okay. You searching through these
Yep.
Sure, percentiles. So
49 and 10.
49. You get a club and a set of dice. And the 10 gets you a short sword and 1 yard of linen.
Nice. All right. Seeing as how Bear already has a short sword, he's just going to hand the other one right to Arya.
Okay.
They've already got one of these, and Arya is going to look at it holding a club and say, I'm keeping the sword, and chuck the club up top to Friedrich, who's just kind of too scared to go down because it's not lit well enough.
All right. Yeah. So you search the area, you find this stuff. What else do you want to do?
Anything on the dead people?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to say my characters are going to check out the sailors, see if there's any more weapons. or
They
things.
sadly they don't carry any weapons. These don't have weapons on them.
Okay.
Nibbled on by rats, and it looks like something tore open their torsos, their bellies, and was eating something.
Three hippo dragons.
Does anyone still not have a decent weapon? The mercenary will offer up a dagger to anyone that might be missing a weapon.
I think I've got stuff that's functional on everybody at this point.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, as Zippy equips himself with the long sword, Dale picks up the club. Zippy just hands the shin bone over to Chip.
There you go.
Yeah, Friedrich hands the club over to Petty Tom. Says he has no idea how to use it. So Friedrich's really the only one I've got that doesn't have a weapon.
Let's see what all these weapons do for damage.
So, Bert, were you handing over that dagger to Eddie's character without a weapon? All right.
Sweet.
Cool.
He takes a look at the dagger and he's much happier with that.
Cool. Yeah. Corpses don't have anything on them, but their bellies have been ripped open. There's a whole lot of cargo neatly stacked and secured onto the walls along with parts for ship repair. There's a ladder down and there's a ladder up.
How big are like the lids on these like little lockers?
These lockers on there, they're I don't know. They're more like, just chests on there. So maybe like
Okay.
3 feet by like maybe like a foot.
Just curious if like we could like do like a couple of crude bucklers or anything.
Yeah.
Sure, they've got rough handles on them. If you could get some rope or something to it and kind of make a lash to better secure it to your arm, I would let you use it as a crude buckler, give you a +1 to AC.
That's exciting.
But yeah, there's plenty of rope holding the cargo to the walls, so
Awesome.
if you want to take some of that rope, I'll just ask for an agility test.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? He said before his character died. All right, go for it, Dale. Guess
Yeah,
Dale's feeling it.
yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, you managed to pull some rope off safely. And since these things are kind of oblong and the handle's on the far side, you can't just hold it in the center like you would a normal buckler. So you kind of have to get a little more forearm support. That way it's not so much at the whims of, your wrist
Gotcha.
giving out. But yeah, if anyone else wants to do that, there's plenty of rope and give you a +1 as a AC as like a crude buckler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep.
I think a couple of my guys would do that.
How many of them are there?
There's plenty.
Okay. What's the check for it?
Jeremy already got the rope.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
your handy dandy blacksmith who took 2 hits and survived is helping out.
Yeah.
Nice. So we can all throw a little shield on.
Yep.
What's this door down at the bottom here look like?
It is an opening, just a hatch in the floor that's open with a ladder poking out of it. As you look down, it would be like the bilge of the ship. And you can actually see that there is standing water in there. There is a terrible just scent of, just smells like, like the urea, like the smell of piss, shit, and a
So
saltiness
nobody's
of
been-
seawater.
Yeah, nobody's been working the bilge in a while then.
Yeah. There's a small platform at the bottom of this ladder that looks like maybe 3 people could stand on comfortably. If anyone else moves down, you are going to be in this water.
Oh, I'm not going down, just taking a look.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But you can't see a lot, so if there's more down there, you would have to move down further to see if there's anything else on that deck. But yeah, just from where you're at, you can get to tell that it's,
You have a lantern now, so I can.
Yeah, Grop will turn around and say, anybody here a sailor? What's it mean when your ship's filling up with water?
I think it means it's sinking. I'm not an expert though.
So
No sailors.
no sailors.
Nope.
So
Although we do have a mansplainer. He might have an idea.
what is your mansplainer? Yeah.
Well, does he?
He just
Nice.
rolls his eyes.
He just looks around and just says, yep. When you know, you know.
So yeah. What are you going to do? Is anyone going to kind of move down the ladder to get a better look, or you want to check something else on this deck, or move up?
Maybe just as a not going down there, maybe I can take the lantern I have and kind of try and shine it down there a little bit and see if that helps us see better.
Hey, attach a chain to the top of it. We could lower it down.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll let you do that. That's not a big deal. As you attach the chain and you kind of look around, it's empty. Like there's nothing in here. It's just the bilge. There's no cargo. You do see kind of at the far end though, 4 lumpy looking leathery orbs. And I gotta give me a second here. I got an image I can show you so you can get an idea.
Oh, yeah, that's how I feel about them. That's for sure.
Oh, no.
Like eggs or something.
Maybe.
Ugh.
Swedish meatballs.
Oh.
I
No.
say we rig this trapdoor up so nothing else gets out of there.
Yeah.
Either that or we attempt to go deal with them.
Yeah, leathery, veiny.
Do you want to go knee deep in raw sewage? I don't want to go knee deep in raw sewage.
No.
Is there
thank
anything
you.
on the platform that, or is it just a platform?
It's just a small platform, and it's like probably like 20, 30 feet over to these eggs. Like they're way over there.
Okay. A guy with our sling might be able to put a round in him, but I don't know if it's going to help or not.
Move this just so we can get a sight. Yeah, they're like back over there.
All right. Well, my characters certainly don't know what to do with the shit down here other than recognize that it's shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm scared of shooting the short bow at him for fear of just agitating something.
yeah, I'm fine with just locking it up for the time being.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, there's plenty of cargo up above. So yeah, if you want to just start, shoving crates and barrels and stuff down there, it'll just take a handful of minutes, but shouldn't be a problem.
Hopefully, we don't need that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can find another way off the ship before it floods all the way.
Is it possible to like put a board over the top of this or something, and then block that up?
Maybe just put a crate over
Like
the
one of the.
I
I don't
mean,
know if there's anything long enough to cover it or not.
you're good. Yeah, you can come up with something to block this opening.
Okay, I don't want to just put a bunch of possibly useful supplies down there. That's all.
Well, I don't. I think the talk is you're covering up the top
just
here.
the hatch.
Yeah, because there's no door or anything. It's just a hole with the ladder coming up. So yeah, not a problem covering that up. There's enough cargo to do that.
All right. Well, we've left ourselves one way in and one way out.
So what's next?
Well, we've got another ladder.
Oh, there was a question. I missed that, asking about the meaning of the tattoos. Let me...
That'd be fun if that actually had something.
So one of them has a giant beaver tattooed on them. And you know that the beaver is a fearsome opponent and instills bravery. The other one has a rope-knotted bracelet tattooed on them. Wrapping around the wrist indicates that they are a deckhand. And those are the...
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Each one of these sailors gets 1d3. So, that's the first one. First one has a beaver and a rope bracelet. The other one has 2 tattoos. One is a treasure chest. On the chest, they've been a successful member of a boarding party that won plunder. An individual, with enough coins that shows they have been a successful member of 4 boarding parties.
Wow, this guy's
They're probably the guy where all that money got found from earlier.
Could be. And then a mermaid. Marks that they have encountered a mermaid on open waters.
He's a fish lover. That's okay.
Yeah, that's said to bring good luck.
Fish babies.
So yeah, that's what the tattoos on these 2 sailors.
That's fun.
All right, so from here, what do you want to check out?
I think there's only one way left to go.
Pretty much.
Up the ladder?
The ladder.
Yeah.
Let me move you up the ladder. You find yourself on the deck.
What does the outside look like?
You stand on the main deck of the ship. Ocean stretches all directions around you, unblemished by land or ship, beneath an eerie red sky. Despite the loose sails, the ship moves smoothly along in the water under a fair wind. High on the mainmast above, you see the ship's unmanned crow nest. There's also the 2-handed lever of the ship's bilge pump that's affixed near the port side of the ship. So the mast going up. Here's the bilge pump. The ship's animal livestock is on this deck, but many of the cages have jostled open. So there's chickens, pigs, a few goats wandering around aimlessly, happily clucking and bleating as they roam. You notice a slimy trail of mucus clings to their feet and hooves. 3 sailors with swords near their bodies lie dead on this deck. Based on their pallor and lividity, You're guessing they've been dead maybe 24 hours. There are 4 doors leading into cabins and separate ladders leading up to the forecastle and the poop deck. There's another ladder that leads down into the deck from which, so you see 2 ladders coming up. So the rigging can be climbed up to the crow's nest. You see ladders going up to the poop deck, which is over here, and going up to the forecastle, which is up over there. There's 2 doors on this wall leading into cabins there, and 2 doors leading into cabins there. So front and back, 2 doors leading into cabins with livestock moving around. Yeah.
Maybe we should first try and capture the livestock, because livestock is meat.
That's not like you can go anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Is there any
over the edge?
Is there any sign of land? Just looking around or on the horizon.
Right now, looking around, you can give me an intelligence test, but I'll tell you, you don't have a good vantage point. So unless you roll miraculously good,
19.
You look around. You don't see any sign of land, but towards the northwest, kind of poking up from the horizon, you do see what looks to be sails off in the distance.
So you also said there was like a slime trail nearby us. Is it a different one than the one that leads to the ladder they came down to attack us earlier?
This deck is just, crisscrossed, covered with these weird slime trails. And it looks like the livestock has been walking in these slime trails long enough that it started to cling to their hoofs and their feet. But you can kind of follow some of these slime trails, and some of them do appear to lead over the deck, over the railing.
Do you have any tools to clean with or anything? So we may need to clean this deck so we can see if other things come up on it later.
You could go back down to the quarters, 2 decks below. There's all sorts of crates and stuff. You could see if there's, mops and buckets down there.
Oh, we can maybe do that later.
Have we passed a ship's mess, or have we passed any serving trays? Here's my idea, and so what I'll say to the rest of our crew here is like, what do y'all think about signaling that ship over there? If we can find something shiny, we can probably get its attention.
We could try that, and I have a lantern too. We could try and flash the lantern at him, maybe.
So that's definitely something you could do. You haven't come across like the kitchen or the galley or anything. It may be in one of these rooms on the underneath the forecastle or the poop deck, but you would know if you're wanting to signal that ship in any way to get high enough so they could reliably see you. You would probably need to go up to that crow's nest.
Oh boy, that's a wonderful place to go die. I feel like I've got just the character for it.
A scribe is leaning across the other side of the ship, and he says, this is Rudolph, is that land? I think that's land. I see trees over there.
I'm so glad Rudolph is the one that knows how to lead the way.
Right. Blank Steak, I think, will be the one to try and climb up to the crow's nest.
You've got this, Flank Steak.
For he is the bearer of the lantern.
So we passed by some ship repair stuff, right?
Yeah, down 2 decks down.
Rudolph's got a little flask of like wood glue. He's like, land.
That's fantastic.
All right.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
I think Flank Steak's going to try and go up on the crow's nest.
Sure. Go ahead. I want to roll just to make sure you don't mess up and fall down.
I will. Oh, I will.
Yeah, just give me an agility test. I'm going to tell you, I'm just checking to make sure that you don't roll me a 1.
Okay.
You didn't.
I got by this time.
So you shimmy on up, and when you get up to the top of the crow's nest, let me read some words at you. From within this cramped crow's nest, I put my hat on right, it was popped up. You can see for miles in every direction. The wind whips at you, and the red sky seems to be filling with foreboding clouds. There's a damaged lantern affixed to the mast. The lantern's mirror is missing, and its oil reserve is empty. There's a large albatross kind of lazily circling above the ship, and the fins of 2 sharks can be seen breaching the water nearby. But you would also be able to look towards the northwest. Now that you know that it's over there, you can see the mast of a ship.
Well, I happen to have a lantern on this character, so maybe I can replace this broken lantern. Or is it like way on the front of the ship?
No, you're up on the crow's nest. Yeah, you can use your lantern. You can fill it up. You can reattach the missing parts. And I'll tell you what, I'll even let you light that lantern.
Yeah. Now we can have real pirates come out pirate us.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the crow's nest has a light on it. What next?
Can I see anything on top of these other decks that we have access to?
Sure. You can see on top of the poop deck, which is the back of the ship, you can see where the giant, steering wheel, whatever you call it is smashed to bits.
Oh, good.
And laying there broken.
Yay, we have no helm.
And on the forecastle, what would you see on the forecastle?
A model castle.
You can see the ship's figurehead is actually on the mast kind of coming up off the forecastle. You can see the base of the mast has been carved into some relief, but you would need to actually go down there if you want to get a better close-up look to tell what it is.
Okay. No more critters or anything though.
No.
All right. Well, we got bad news because we got sharks.
Well, let's put a pause on you because you're up there alone.
Yeah, that's the way I'll die.
What are the rest of you doing down below?
I really don't want to get surprised by more of those things. I feel like having a bunch of people kind of ready to open a door and be ready to go in case something is in there might not be a bad idea. I don't know. Just pause that around to see if anybody else is of a similar mind.
Yeah, there are 4 doors.
I think my other 3 people will try and cage up these livestock so they're not a problem for us if something happens.
Give me a personality test.
Oof. Let's see if I got anybody with one of those. Oh, Jonah's got my best personality.
Nope.
Sirloin lacking in personality still.
They easily outmaneuver you.
Well, at least it's probably funny.
Yeah, it's amusing. So yeah, Jeremy's characters are suggesting, if I'm correct, to check out these other rooms. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I don't want to be in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden like a door pops open and we're getting attacked.
Surprise. We're bad guys.
I guess my guys will see if they can figure out how to use the bilge up here since we're filling up with water.
It's just a 2-armed pump. So one person mans each side and just starts working. And immediately you do. It takes a few moments for it to start moving, but then you can kind of feel the pressure, the suction kick in, and moments later just start spouting this filthy water kind of off towards the side of the deck, and eventually it runs off the deck into the ocean below. Give me a D8 though.
At which point it attracts more sharks.
Sharks are our friends.
Sharks along the ship are bad luck though.
8.
Yep. You keep working it. There seems to be no end to it. There's a lot of water down there, but you definitely, it's working. You're moving fluid out from the lower deck and off into the sea. So, yeah, Eddie.
Petty Tom is going to be just kind of meandering about, kind of arms crossed his chest, pointing things out to everybody else while they work and explaining what they are and how they work incorrectly, mostly because he's just a stupid gravedigger. But he's
I assume that's
telling
why Jonah
them
couldn't
nonetheless
get
what they are.
Yeah.
And my
Jonah
other three characters are going to help try and Dan's characters try and get all the.
Sure. I'll let you make that personality test again.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Even
no.
worse.
These animals don't want to get caged back up.
Free at last.
So, Jeremy, you're standing guard at the other doors. There's no sign of them
Sure.
opening.
I mean, maybe I'll have Chip's got a short bow in hand. Dale will open the door, and Zip will be with longsword ready.
There's 4 doors. 2 are towards the front of the ship, 2 are towards the back of the ship. What do you want to
I'll
open?
say to the back on the left.
To the back on the left. Sure thing. You open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now, compared to the other areas that you've explored on this ship, which are tightly packed with equipment and cargo, this stateroom seems opulent and spacious.
Ooh.
Inside the cabin is a bed against the starboard wall, 6 chairs surround an ornate table. There's a writing desk, a wardrobe, and affixed to one wall is an elaborately crafted rope mermaid, which sparkles in the light. Along the aft wall is a block of windows, which have been smashed open, allowing fresh, salty air to permeate the cabin. The floor of the cabin is covered in broken glass and slime trails. You would take a hazard that this is the captain's quarters.
Yeah. If there's not immediate danger, it might not hurt to take a brief look around.
Sure. Do you want to call out to anyone else, or?
Yeah. All right, I think we've got the captain's quarters over here.
My 3 characters who are having no luck with animals may come and help out.
So whoever wants to move in the captain's quarters can. But yeah, I mean, you're in the quarters. You see that there's the desk, the strange rope mermaid scroll. There's the writing desk, a wardrobe.
Any sort of like journal or anything?
Sure, yeah. On the top of the writing desk, there is an ocean map showing several islands and coastlines. Immediately looking at it, you'll be able to recognize the names Alviz as well as Lice. What else? In a desk drawer, you do... yeah, it's got a desk drawer with a little lock on the front of it.
Well, a couple of people will try to be useful and try and open up that desk drawer. But
Sure.
Meanwhile, Chip takes that shiny looking mermaid thing, the one that looks valuable, and he's in the process of moving over to throw it overboard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
He's got to earn favor.
Yeah, Chip grabs it. It lifts off the wall easily. And yeah, Chip, unless interrupted, Chip will easily toss this in.
Got to earn that favor, you
They
know?
needed my characters.
Got to turn this around.
Okay. How are you trying to open up this locked desk drawer?
Does anybody know how to do this in a fancy way, or
I
not?
believe you take your sword and you jam it in there and go rink.
Friedrich will walk up to it and kind of crack his knuckles. Say, in a past life, I was, you know what? Never mind. And
I
he
wasn't always drugged unconscious and put in a ship.
he kind of chuckles to himself, stops talking about his past, and pulls out the little dagger, the thin little dagger, and starts kind of picking at the lock with it. He
Sure.
was a cup. So,
I want an agility test.
agility test. 9.
9's good enough.
Nice.
You shimmy the lock open. As you do so, go ahead and make me a reflex save.
Ooh. Dot, 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 dot.
Oh, wow. You pass it, moving your hand at the last second, realizing that the drawer was trapped, and it shoots out a thin needle that clatters against the ground, allowing you to open up the drawer. Inside the drawer, you see a spyglass, a coin purse containing 15 gold pieces, and the captain's log.
He'll take out the spyglass, roll it along the desk away from himself. He's not interested. Takes out the captain's log, similarly chucks it over on the desk, not interested. Picks up the purse, kind of jingles it across his ear, and slowly slides that into his pocket.
Sure.
Ooh, captain's log.
So, do you want to? Anyone want to open that captain's log up and give it a read?
Hell yeah.
Hopefully,
I'm gonna
they'll take-
assume my two characters are still pumping the builds, just that's gonna take a while.
Sure.
So we'll still be up on deck and just
Okay.
kind of keeping track of things.
Okay. Well, if you saw the other ones going in there, so if you want to go in there too, you could have stopped working the bilge and.
I think somebody needs to stay up here and keep track of things. So
Okay. Yeah.
you know,
So everyone is in the captain's quarters except for Dan's characters up on the crow nest, one character on the crow's nest, and then
Yeah.
Bert's two characters operating the bilge.
And I might have my other 3 come back outside, just be on the deck.
Okay. Sure.
That way, all my characters can die together, or watch one of them die as he falls to his death, in one or the other.
Oh, that's in the wrong folder. Look at that.
You said there was guards with swords up here.
Yeah.
Maybe if nobody else is going for those, maybe I'll gather those up.
Oh, let's see. There were 3 sailors with short swords.
Okay.
So, you read the first captain's log, and it says, officer on deck spotted a sloop of flying ibis colors, likely the raider Erdi Ez. The Star was able to evade her during the night. Must be more careful with the lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read another entry?
Yes. I'll assume this is Chip. Chip is I don't have an intelligent crew, but Chip is the closest I have to having a bonus.
Yeah. Next one, made anchor and lice, transported the human livestock to Tiram. Bit of trouble when a few woke up, flogged Lowell for his incompetence. Despite slight delay, Tiram informs we are on schedule for tomorrow's ceremony. Tiram, Stone DeHut, and I all agree that the latest shipment of livestock will please the gatherer Alcar as.
The
Yeah.
hell is going on? Are you guys hearing this?
Chuck, would my sage know what this is talking about?
Ooh, a sage.
Give me an intelligence test.
That would be kind of awesome.
You've heard the term Alcar as in the Gatherer before. It's some kind of like earth demon that's worshipped in some areas.
Oria would kind of start filling everybody in and explaining this to them, whoever's in the room.
Sure.
Just whatever she knows about it.
Do you want to read
Okay.
another?
Yeah, Chip will probably just saddle up next to your sage then, just in case he comes across words he doesn't know what they mean, and just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my dwarf is kind of leaning over their forearms, not their shoulders.
Yeah.
He's a little short.
So, Alcar stones mayhem during the ceremony. Tiram had sacrificed half of the cargo with the Melbanique, and the gather had begun to take shape. All thought the sacrifice would be sufficient to please the Stony One, but his shape erupted into exploding rock. Several of the crew were injured, including my steward, McCann. The poor bastard lost an eye. All were brought back to the ship so Lowell could treat the wounds. You want to read another one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Raising anchor with a course chartered for Alves for fresh miners. Har har.
would Arya know who the stony one is referring to?
It would be towards the same thing. Alcar as or the Gatherer. Some
Earth
kind
demon.
of earth demon, stone demon, so it would kind of match.
All names for it.
Gotcha.
Do you want to read another one?
Yes.
Arrived in Alves. No problem avoiding the Ibis pirates, but crew balked when I instructed them to avoid fires and lanterns. I had Master of Arms Ricori put the rope to those who balked too loudly.
At this point, Bear is going to run out to the deck and yell up at Dan. Was his name Sirloin?
Flank.
Flank. He's going to yell up at Flank to put out the lantern.
All right. Go
They've
ahead
been
and bring it.
getting that the ship's log shows that the ship has been followed by pirates and the lanterns were giving away their position.
I'll go ahead and bring it down.
So, Dan, you put the lantern out and start climbing down, but you do kind of look in the direction of the northwest. And it looks like the ship that you saw has changed course.
Oh, good.
And it's heading straight towards you.
Great.
You would guess you still have a while before it shows up, though.
Well, maybe we can try and make these sails work more better,
Could be.
and try and outrun it.
So,
More better is always better.
Yes.
Jeremy, who's reading the book?
I would say Chip.
Chip. Now, Chip starts hearing the birds start screeching and squawking outside the window as a dark shadow passes past the window. What do you want to do?
There's something over there. Okay. I want to get away from that window.
Sure. So you back up. Now, Dan, as your character's moving down the rope, the netting from the crow's nest, you see the creature slightly larger than what you saw before down in the deck below. You see another one of these climb up and over the railing on the back of the ship
No.
and start making its way directly towards you.
Oh, good.
The birds are screeching wildly. Let's go to initiative.
Yes. Probably.
Just have one character roll the initiative
Yep.
for the group,
Your
basically.
character with the highest dexterity.
Okay.
All right. Bert, what did you get? Oh, you're muted there.
Didn't know I was part of this since I was up top.
Everyone's the creature's now up top as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guess Dan's creature's gonna start screeching in terror. So yeah, go ahead and roll me some initiative. Is that yours? A 14?
14.
All right.
Yep.
I got another solid 4 again.
Dan got a 4.
Yeah. So you have to change mine.
Jeremy, what'd you get?
I've got a 12, I believe. Let me scroll back up. 12, yeah.
And Eddie?
8.
All right. All right. So, Bert, you hear commotion coming from the cabin that Jeremy's character has just wandered into. and you hear Dan's character up in the rigging start kind of yelling in panic, pointing towards the poop deck.
Yep. So look there. What do I see?
You see a creature climbing over the top of the poop deck and then down, heading towards kind of Dan's character, heading towards the rigging.
Okay. My scribe, who has a sling, want to try and shoot one of those coins at it.
And that's what it looks like.
Hey guys, I just imagine it saying that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack agility test.
16.
16 is a hit.
Nice.
All right. What does a sling do?
I believe that's a D4. It's on that 0 level charts.
All right.
Weapons, sling, D4. Yeah.
D4. Okay. Do you get a strength bonus with that? Probably not.
No.
I think it's agility.
Yeah.
If you get...
Agility for the attack. No bonus on the damage.
2 points of damage.
Okay.
We'll start with the copper.
Yeah. That's... All right. So there's one of your actions. What's your other character going to do?
All right. Too far away from my mercenary, so he'll have his sword out and his little targ out, and basically try and defend my slinger in case something comes at him.
Okay. So you're going to just hold action defending the person with the sling. All right, cool. Jeremy, your 3 characters are in this deck or in this cabin, and you can hear the weight of something shifting above you.
Okay. I suppose they'll kind of come out of because they don't want to be trapped in the room. So the characters will kind of come out of the room, try and get out into a more open area.
Yeah.
And then from there, we'll see if they see what's going on or not, I suppose. Only one of them has a ranged weapon.
Okay. Yeah. You step out, you move far enough out from that cabin, and you can see the creature up on top of the poop deck still, moving towards Dan's character in the rigging.
Okay. Yeah, Chip has the short bow, so maybe he could at least try and make it. Were there any arrows to go with the short bow?
I'll say yeah. I'm not going to count. Well, give me a D6 roll.
Okay.
And I'll say you found that many arrows. You've got 4 arrows.
Okay, I'll just make a little... Okay, I'll just go ahead and cross one out. He's going to try and shoot one up.
As long as you don't miss, you might be able to get it back.
I might. All right, Chip. Don't suck, Chip. You can do this.
17 is a hit. 4 points of damage.
All right. Our squire's doing some work.
All right. Any of your other characters doing anything?
Neither of them have any sort of like ranged ability.
Sure. Eddie, what do you got?
Bear's already out on the deck, so Bear's just going to go ahead and draw his short sword and kind of try and move into a position with anybody else who's out there.
Okay. So yeah.
Aria and Frederick and Petty Tom are all in the cabin. Frederick is going to kind of get close to the door where he can peek out and see what's going on, but kind of hide in the cabin, not come out. Aria is going to run out. She's got her short sword, so she's going to go ahead and pull that and kind of get close to where Bear is. Petty Tom's just going to grumble along the way, talking about sea monsters and this and that and the weather, and kind of just lazily walk out onto the deck as well, carrying his club.
Okay. The creature's turn. The creature easily closes the distance, heading directly towards Dan, your character up in the sails.
Why?
This creature's going to make an attack against you. This one, maybe, 4 to 5 feet long, still kind of has that large, stony iguana look. But that's going to be a dirty 20. It's only going to put 1 point of damage on you.
Like Steak is still alive.
Okay. Dan, it's your turn.
Bit tenderized.
You got
but-
three characters down below trying to out on the deck. Is that where they were?
Yeah, they're on the deck.
Yeah. And then the one dude up here in the roping with yeah.
There's no way any of this can go wrong. So let's just have him try and knock him back. He's got a staff, so maybe he can just.
Sure. You're going to be
Bonk him
swinging this while dangling from ropes.
I'll probably have him try and climb up, back up.
Okay. So you're going to go up.
Then reach down.
Sure.
Well, I'll only ask this question: would it be easier to go down or up?
You're closer to the deck, so it would be quicker to go down.
We'll go down then.
Okay. You go down. It does put you out of reach of that melee attack, though.
Okay. Well, it's better than falling to my death.
Sure. Any other characters doing anything?
I have nobody with ranged weapons. So.
Sure. Okay.
Unless there's like a rock or something that they can throw.
Not really. Maybe there's some
I know
animal
that
poop
there's-
or something, but
I know there's tons of rocks on top of ship decks all the time.
yeah.
Now throw a chicken.
Don't throw a chicken. Don't hurt birds.
So as you're all yelling to throw livestock at this thing, those of you standing on the deck, which is all of you, starts hearing the pigs start screaming this painful, violent sounding like just screech of pigs.
Is another one?
Then all three of the pigs on the deck stand up on their hind legs
What?
and move in to attack.
I told you we should put them in cages.
What the heck?
So the first pig is going to go after. This is the order that I see it in my overlay. Dan. Jeremy. Dan.
Wow.
This is fitting.
Dan dies in the middle.
Killed by bacon.
I mean, if there's a way I have to pick to go, I mean, that's pretty high up there.
Killed by bacon.
So
Did
these
not see murder pigs coming.
no one ever expects the murder pigs. Dan, the first pig charges you and attacks. 13. Does that hit?
It depends on
Character
who
with the
we're-
lowest luck.
lowest luck. I have two characters with the lowest luck.
Then who would name
Don't
one
hit
of them?
either. So I'll just roll a d4 and 1, 2 is the first one.
Sure.
4 is the second. It's the second one. Filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
It hits him for sure.
Takes 1 point of damage. Is filet mignon up?
Filet mignon persists.
All right, give me a reflex save for filet mignon. Wow, that's critical success. Everyone take a point of fleeting luck.
Whew.
The next pig charges in, attacking filet mignon. Well, I guess that 7's a miss.
It would be a miss.
And the third pig charges in. Does that 11 hit?
That ties.
All right, doesn't hit. And Jeremy, your character with the lowest luck. Oh, that's a miss. The pigs charge. One of the pigs charge your characters. That 4's not going to connect. Bert, you see this terrible creature climbing down from the rigging. And then 3 pigs just stood up on their hind legs and started attacking.
All right. So we back up to the top again.
Yeah.
All right. So my guy with the sling is going to chuck another coin at that terrible looking creature.
Sure.
My guy on the ground, are any of the pig creatures close to us?
I'll say no, because I think the people who moved close to you were Eddie's characters. So no, probably you got like 20, 30 feet.
Okay. He wants to protect the slinger, so I guess I'm just going to stay close again and just protect him. I don't want to run and leave him undefended unless someone was fairly close.
Okay.
All right, so the sling chucking. 15.
15's a connect.
3 points of damage.
All right.
So another copper piece goes.
All right. The thing is still alive up in this rigging, but it's looking pretty injured. Captain Kyrian was asking if this is a one-shot or part of a new game. This is actually the idea, the principle, what I sold Danger Strangers to for Goodman Games, is we're just going to go through and just play all of the adventures that you can buy on the Goodman Games store. So every session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, we're going to be playing a different module. You know, I'm kind of treating this as, you know, whoever's available to play is from the crew can come play. So, yeah.
Fun premise. It's a fun way
Nothing
to
really
work
long term.
Yeah. All right. So, Bert, yeah, you hang back. Your other one hits the creature with another copper coin, passing the turn to Jeremy. Jeremy, you
Okay.
got one of these pig creatures in your up against your group.
Okay.
Might say it's in your grill.
Yeah.
Will you
So
cook?
I've got 2 folks that are kind of primed for melee, and then Chip will hopefully be able to launch a volley up at the creature up above. But I'll do the melee folks first.
Sure.
So we'll have Zippy pull out his long sword. Does an 11 hit a pig?
That hits a pig.
So how did I only do 2 points of damage? That's weird. I have a strength bonus of 2.
It just rolled a flat D8, so it didn't apply your strength. So if you got a strength bonus of 2,
Okay.
that means you did 4 damage.
So that means I tried to enter it on the thing. So, okay.
Oh. Yeah, I think you have to key in like your
I see now.
minus
Okay.
Yeah.
into the equation.
Okay.
Right.
So there's one down.
A whopping 4. Oh, there's a pig down?
Well, no, your first character of your
Okay,
their turn
first
is down.
character.
That pig is
Okay.
still up.
Pig's still up. Well, our blacksmith is going to turn around with his club and swing at him as well,
Sure.
in theory.
11 hits, 5 points of damage, kills.
Nice.
Job, man. Dale has been doing some work today.
He's
All
like
right.
the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Daryl.
There
All right,
you
is
go.
the pig still up?
No.
Okay, well, good. That means that Chip is free to then shoot his shot.
All right. At the creature up in the rigging,
Yeah. All right. Go, Chip.
13 hits, 4 points of damage. Your arrow bites into this creature, and this creature just starts dissolving into this black oil and starts dripping and dropping in clumps onto the deck of the ship.
That's gross.
Ew.
So, 2 pigs remain. Next up, it's Eddie.
Fantastic. 2 pigs remaining. Arya and Bear are each going to run up to one of them and
Sure.
attack with their short swords.
Sure.
Go with Arya first. Crap.
Oh, is that
Yikes.
a critical fail? That
I haven't
is.
played this one, so I think it is since it's
Yeah.
come out.
We've got a re-roll.
So, do you want to
You
use that
have a
reroll?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we
a
got.
lot of fleeting luck.
Oh,
15
that's
is a hit. That's a good use of a reroll. So, if you want to roll your damage out, that's a d6 minus 1.
only 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage. Okay. All right. There's one of your characters. You got how many left?
3.
Okay.
So Bear is going to go ahead and attack the other pig. It was a 7 hit.
No.
All right. That's a miss. Petty Tom, who's out there with him. Petty Tom's going to go ahead and try and smack the one that Bear is attacking.
Sure. There's another reroll from Captain Kyrian. Thanks, man.
Oh, man.
19's a hit.
2 damage on that one.
Still up.
And then Friedrich, watching all of this from the doorway of the cabin, is going to get a little bold, seeing the lady, Aurea, attacking a pig fearlessly. He's got to save a little bit of face, so he pulls his dagger out and tries to kind of run up behind it.
Sure.
12 hit.
12 is a hit.
Fantastic. One more damage on that first one. So I guess they've each taken 2 damage.
All right, they're both still up. After Eddie, turn passes to Dan.
All right. Well, I got an easy choice here. We'll just start attacking whatever pig is in front of me first.
Sure, there's 2 pigs, so go ahead and start attacking.
All right. There's one.
14's
I
a
should
hit.
have rolled the weapon. Sorry.
That's all right, 14's
So
a hit.
We'll do it this way. Do 3 damage.
3 damage, slays a pig.
Yeah. Good work, Frank. Now, Brisket, it's your turn.
4 is a
Miss.
miss, yeah.
All right. Filet mignon.
That's also a miss.
So it's dangerously close to a nat 1. And
7's a miss.
sirloin. Boy, I just got
Good Lord.
I got such quality melee characters.
Yep.
You add them all together.
So
Almost.
this one remaining pig is going to attack your character in the number 2 position.
Okay. I think this is the end.
It's 13 hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Give me just a second.
Sir Brisket, I think, will
Takes
meet his
4
demise.
points of damage.
Brisket is no more. He is dead meat.
As the pig kind of charges and tosses Brisket's corpse off the rail into the water below.
Oh shoot! There goes his weapons too.
Brisket, no.
All right, Bert, you're up.
All right.
One
If that
pig.
stale thing is still at distance, I'm gonna chuck another copper at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
14.
Good question.
14 is a hit. 2 points of damage.
points
This
of
thing
damage.
is still up.
Jeez.
Would
And-
Brisket have dropped his weapons when he died? That's the question.
Give me a luck test for Sir
Does-
Brisket.
He passes.
He dropped his weapon, whatever he had in his hand, on the deck, and only what he had in his hand.
That's fine.
So Bert, yeah, this thing's still up.
Right, but it hasn't approached us yet. It's still
It's still entangled with Dan's characters.
okay, and there's nothing close to us.
Not to you, no.
All right. Grop is gonna run to the closest group then. That's and gonna. Actually, can he reach the creature that
Yeah.
we've been trying to sling at? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna just rush it then and
Just
try and
Take a charge. You get +2 to attack, -2 to AC.
$17
And
2 points
he
of damage.
slays it with this mighty charge.
Nice.
The pigs have all been slain. The
Now for the chickens.
creature that was killed in the rigging and turned to this black goop. By now, you all turn to look, and the black goop has slid off of the side of the ship into the water.
Either that's horrible or great. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Off to reconstitute itself.
How about our proximity to pirate ship? That's probably our next major problem.
You would guess that you probably have maybe at your current speed 20-ish minutes.
Well, either we try and outrun them or we try and hide.
None of us are sailors, But
Yeah.
yeah, has anyone actually taken a look at the wheel yet to see if everything's still working or if it's been damaged?
Broken.
Yeah.
My character up in the flank stake could see it was smashed to bits.
Yeah,
All right.
you didn't
so
have
we're
a
not
chance
outrunning
to.
anything.
Yeah, you didn't have a chance. You were up there, so you couldn't get a good inspection. So you don't know if it was just the wheel that was broken or the mechanism that attaches the wheel to the rudder.
Yeah.
Well, hell, what do you all say to a life of pirating? We can just flag it down and say the ship's yours. What's your dental plan like?
Eddie Tom's just going to, pirating's not so bad. Killing people's not so bad. At least you eat. Scurvy's not so great.
So
If we can join their pirating crew.
Hey, it's better than being eaten by gray ooze creatures.
okay. So do you all want to do anything else, or are you just going to wait for the pirates to show up?
I mean,
We haven't
let's
signaled
maybe,
them yet. Let's signal them.
Yeah.
They're already coming.
maybe
well,
look through the rooms, see if there's any other entries left in that journal.
There
I know.
are entries left in the captain's journal. I can go ahead and just run you through what's left.
I'd
I
be curious.
believe. Let's see. Yes.
Maybe Chip goes and reviews the last of the journal with the sage while some other folks are
Sure.
Check
looking
these
at other
other
rooms. Yeah.
hastily.
So let's get through that journal real quick, and then we can explore the rest of the rooms.
I need my info, my dump.
All right. Strange. The crew injured in the ceremony seem to have taken on a sickness. Lowell believes it may be banana fever. I've instructed Lowell to leave the sick behind on Alves, but ordered that McCann stays. I won't be without my steward.
They're getting
Home
down
is
with the
screwed.
sickness.
Yeah. All right. Next up, fresh livestock picked up in Alves, 40 miners in all. They were all asleep as soon as we put the mushrooms in their wine. Gullible floppers.
That's fair.
Alcar Stones, my steward McCann has been killed. The boy was found eviscerated in his bunk, gutted like a pig. I've tasked Mr. Conant to find the murdering fiend.
Awesome.
This is a little bit longer. 3 more murders. Entrails removed, just like with McCann. The crew fears we may have a reef wraith on board. Hang on, there's an edit. And are now singing to the Klaubautermen for protection from dawn to dusk. I broke none of this nonsense. The culprit is a man, and we shall unveil the fiend. Doubling the watch, tempted to light the lanterns at night despite the ibis risk. There's 3 more entries. 4 more taken tonight. Crew on double shifts. Some of the crew have been heard whispering Skrag.
Just check all the boxes here to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Met with Mr. Conant and stoned a hut. Privately, Conant confided he fears we are being tracked by a Skrag. I told him little chance of that this is far into open waters, and do not dare whisper that thought to the crew. Stone to Hut fears McCann may have brought something unholy back from the ceremony when he was injured. Lowell has no opinions as he's joined the dead. Either theory is devastating. Soon won't have enough souls to crew the ship.
Hmm.
6 more taken during the night. Have now lost over half the crew. Some have claimed to have seen the Skrag taking a boy over the railing. The hut nowhere to be found. I've given orders to Master-at-Arms Ricori to wake the livestock. Alcar Az help us all.
Apparently, he didn't get there in time.
And that's the last of the captain's logs.
Chip would just have an incredulous look. But what the hell happened with the sheep? I mean, the pigs. I mean, what?
There's no clue in that.
I
Or
think
were
that
there
we
pig?
might
Were they
know.
always murder pigs? Is that just the norm for this ship?
I don't know. I think the
It's
rest
the
of
last
the
time you
livestock-
saw pigs walk on two legs.
Look at my brother Dale.
Fair.
kill all the livestock.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take us just a real quick little break.
Mm.
And then we'll come back and we can explore more of the ship and wait to see what happens when these pirates show up.
Okay, cool. I'm very
Put our
curious.
boats up for rent, and they will take them wholesale.
Oh, that's the wrong mouse. Let me do this. Give me a second. I'm getting the break screen set up. All right. So, yeah, we're going to take a little break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll explore some more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be back in just a few. And we're live again.
Ba-da-ba.
Hey, everybody. I'm glad you didn't run off. Or if you did, I am ashamed of you. Yeah. We're right back at it. You all destroyed some creatures. The captain's quarters have been explored. There is one more door on the back of the ship. Two more doors on the front of the ship. And you kind of, been to all the areas, or at least witnessed all the areas in some way of the lower decks. So, what's next?
Well, we did like on the poop deck side, the door on the left. Maybe we just go to the
Yeah,
right.
check
and
the
we
one
just
on the
work
right.
Our way around
Yeah.
the deck clockwise. That way, all of our decisions are made.
There you go.
Sure thing. So, you want to do that one.
And then we wait to get reamed by pirates.
Sure. So yeah, you go check out that other door. As you enter the ship's galley, and it's obvious from the disarray that violence has broken out here recently. Utensils, pans, cups are all strewn about and broken. A portly sailor lies on the floor, bloody, lifeless, and gray. Her abdomen has been ripped open with savagery similar to the other bodies that you've seen on the ship. A kitchen knife still clutched in her hand. The ship's oven smolders slightly, giving off a faint heat. The coal that used to fuel its fire is stacked in a crate nearby. The floor of the cabin is covered in debris. Broken shards of ceramic, blood, flour, coal dust covers the deck, and a trail of slime leads from the port window towards the compartment's exit. The coal dust seems to be clinging to the slime.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anything y'all want to check out in here?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like there's a lot to see in here other than lots of dead things.
Sure.
I mean, is there any storage areas or?
There's a few cabinets and cupboards here and there. If you go through those, you find spices, cooking goods, garlic, some paprika, some sugar, maybe some hardtack.
No alcohol.
Sadly, no alcohol.
That was important on my list of things to find.
Yeah.
You're muted, Bert.
We probably haven't eaten in a bit, so grab some hardtack.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's probably true. I imagine that we weren't being fed well, so
Yeah.
have some omelet.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else you want to check out in here, or?
Any weapons or neat rules on any of these dead people beyond butter knives?
The one large dead body here, a portly woman, she is clutching a large butcher's knife in her hand.
All right, so it can maybe arm someone if someone needs something
Yeah,
better.
you could take it as a dagger.
So if anybody needs it, we got it. If not, we'll pocket it and throw it later.
I didn't do.
Cool.
Yeah, drawing from this angle, I can only illuminate half of it. But yeah. All right, so
So go around clockwise to the next door, basically.
sure.
All right.
So yeah, you move over to the other side. Let's see. That would be, yep, that one right there. So this spacious cavern contains a simple bed, wardrobe, locker for storing personal effects. On the table is a journal scribed in elegant handwriting. The front of the journal says property of first mate Conant. The journal has artistic drawings of mermaids, birds, anchors, and other nautical themed items on the cover and in the margins. A hatch on the opposite wall leads to a forward cabin.
Anything cool in his journal?
Yeah, there's some journal entries, some journal logs. So yeah, pretty much.
If it's pretty much the same, then we could maybe save ourselves a little time.
Let me tell you what. I'll just go ahead. There's only 4 of them, and they do share different information, so we can. Scheduled to drop anchor at Lice tomorrow. Eager to drop off the livestock and take my fill of rum. No doubt the captain in Stone to Hut will force us to go to one of Tyramin's ceremonies. Hopefully it will be brief. Tyramin crushing the livestock with that black maul all night turns my stomach. The next log entry.
Look out for Black Maul.
Alcar's stones. The daft fool Tyramin fumbled the words during the ceremony, and the demon thing exploded like a volcano. Several of the crew were riddled with shards, and the captain's boy lost an eye. Returned to ship so Lowell could patch us up. Next entry. Loaded fresh livestock from Alves. Har, I can't believe these addlepates on that backwater island continue to sign up for work. Fools. And the last one.
I think he's talking about us.
Yeah.
I do believe you might be right.
Yeah. These are not murders. We're being hunted by a Skrag. I'd bet my life on it. The captain is worried about lighting lanterns and ibis reefers, but sailors are being ripped apart. I swear I hear the beast scratching at the hull. Some are now refusing to enter the bilge as they swear they hear it breathing down there. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of other things in here. He's got a locker, and then also in this logbook, there's all sorts of what you would take as designs for like tattoos and whatnot.
Maybe Dale picked that up. He apparently is some strange expert on tattoos for whatever reason.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there's a locker.
Yeah. If you want to pop that locker open, contains a purse with 20 silver, a hand axe, a hand as, quill, pen, parchment, and a needle and ink set used for inscribing tattoos. It's got about enough ink for 6 tattoos.
Oh boy, we can tattoo ourselves, boys.
Yeah.
Before we can make ourselves look more legit for the pirates.
Yeah. Like I want to do some beaver tattoos. Make yourselves all nice and fierce.
SpongeBob.
Petty Tom sees the tattoo needle and just says, "Don't want one. I already got one. Don't ask where."
Nice.
But yeah, Jeremy, your character is who knows about tattoos, and using this book, if you just take some time, you could surely put some beaver tattoos on people.
I mean, that sounds kind of fun.
Beavers for life.
Since that's his quirk, he's going to do that on at least one person.
Okay. Who's getting this beaver tattoo? One of your characters or someone else's?
You can pick one of my characters if you want.
Okay, yeah, he'll turn around and whoever the first person to volunteer is like, no, I've never done this before. I think I've got the idea of it.
Flank's
Probably going to hurt.
Flank for tattoos.
All right.
He's going to probably die from this.
Yeah, Dan, go and give me a luck test for that character.
It's a pass.
Yeah. This tattoo is successful. Your character now feels braver than what they were before.
It's great. Such feelings.
So, yeah, you could do more tattoos. There is another door in the back of this cabin.
We should probably explore and not waste all our time doing tattoos.
Yeah.
Well, Flank feels braver now, so he'll go open the door.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
So-
like a puffed up. And
You made us a landmine sweeper.
Excellent.
So,
You've
yeah.
made a man out of Flank.
There you go. Flank opens this up. Entering the large stateroom, you feel like you've stepped off the ship and into a cave. The walls have been adorned with clay and rock in such a meticulous and ingenious manner. The cabin resembles an underground cavern. On the side of this cavern is a small sitting ledge with an open scroll and candle. Lying on the floor is what you would recognize as Dahut, the companion of the captain. You recognize her from your farewell dinner with the captain the night before departing on your voyage. Dahut's arms are crossed over her chest, and she's holding an ornate rock pick. But both she and the tool are transformed. Dahut's flesh is in a state of petrification, half flesh, half stone. It's as if she's been gazed upon by a basilisk.
Oh. Is it being looked at by them that counts or looking at them? I don't know.
That's a great question.
Yeah. It's a great question. I don't think anybody knows the answer to.
Would Arya know the answer to that, as far as just like what could have done this to a person?
I'll start shutting the door though for now.
Well, I would give it to you. You would know, like, you've heard of stories of, like it says, basilisks turning people to stone. But yeah, there is the setting kind of cubby, setting bench, you could call it, that does have a candle and a scroll on it.
I don't think we have anything cool and reflective in here with which to have a basilisk gaze turned back upon itself.
Yeah, Arya is gonna walk over and check out the scroll, see what's written on it.
Sure. Give me an intelligence test. Oh, wow. Critical success. Everyone get a point of fleeting luck.
Oh,
You would be able to kind of piece this together as a spell scroll. It's been expended, but you can kind of make out that what it says is this was a sleeping stone spell, which renders someone unconscious and slowly turns them to stone until certain conditions are met.
Oh, maybe to try and delay their death or something like that.
Could have been they knew that this was these creatures or whatever were attacking, and they thought maybe I'll outwit them by turning myself down for a time.
Could be. Is the chisel accessible?
It is turning to stone with her.
Okay, like we wouldn't be able to recover it at this point.
You could try, but you would probably break it into pieces.
Okay.
Is the
yeah.
scroll laying like close to her where like she would have read it and it would fallen from her hands, or is it far enough away that someone else did this to her?
It would be the first one. You get the feeling of the first one, like she read it it kind of landed on there, and she must have had just enough time to get on this bed and kind of clutch her pickaxe to her chest.
Grop will ask whoever's reading it. Apparently they're reading it aloud. It's like, does it say what conditions? What do we have to meet?
Yeah, does it say, Chuck?
It says that the caster can set the conditions at the time of casting the spell.
So we won't know.
So probably the only person who knows is her.
Kissed by a pig. I bet. Let's go find us a pig skull. Hey, there's some up there.
Yeah, you can go grab a pig skull and smother its snout against her.
Are there any windows in this room, or they've been covered up as well?
Covered up.
Okay.
You just open them up. Can they be opened?
No, it's been kind of plastered over with the clay and the stone, like the rest of the room. How it appears to be a stone cavern. So
could actually be something simple like
water,
removing the pick from her hand.
I thought about that, or maybe just casting a light on her. She went to such great lengths to block out the light. Maybe just casting light on her would be enough to undo it.
you can. I mean, if you
Chip will volunteer. Maybe throwing her overboard will help.
Yeah,
Let's just
she's a
try and
magic
dig out
person.
one of the windows.
You want to wake her up and deal with her on top of everything else.
what's that, Eddie? You were cutting out there.
Oh, sorry. She's able to use magic. I'm not sure that's an element we necessarily want to deal with.
I mean, she used a scroll. That doesn't mean she can use magic.
But she may have other scrolls. Who knows?
Find them first. She may be more useful to us. I mean,
Maybe.
it's her by herself.
But
Or
she's still
her
been
with
playing
us.
a part in delivering us to
Yeah.
being
She
smashed
was-
to bits at mall.
I mean, yeah, you would recognize her. She was a close friend of the captain, kind of the captain's like spiritual advisor.
She would have to assume that someone would find her body and know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, just can we check her over to see if there's a message on her, something hidden on her?
Sure. Give me an intelligence
room.
test to search her.
15.
Yeah, you find a small scroll rolled up and kind of tucked into a sleeve. Now it's any longer, and this little tiny slip of paper might have started turning to stone with the rest of her.
Mhm.
And it says, "Return me to the mine."
Huh.
Oh, we're probably not getting there. So
Yeah.
So
Wait,
no,
isn't there a room in here that looks like a cave?
You're in it, yeah. Now, your initial, the reason why you got on this boat to begin with is you thought you were being taken to Lice to work in a copper mine. And kind of from the captain's logs, you've picked up that whatever's going in this mine is some kind of sacrifice to some kind of stone demon.
Okay.
Chip just proposes once again, like just overboard.
dump it.
Yeah,
That's what Petty's kind of saying. He's grumbling in the background. Women are never.
I mean, she might be heavier than we got time or strength to deal with. We still got another room to check.
So we knock it over and we dump over parts.
All right.
Do you do that? Do you break her?
I mean, you won't hear me complaining.
Zippy does, because Zippy's a cold-hearted elf.
Sure. You push her off this little table. She crashes to the floor. Stone bits and fleshy bits tear apart.
Wait! The meaty bits might be good eating.
Okay, keep a couple meaty bits.
But yeah, she breaks apart and you're able to toss the meaty bits and the stony bits overboard.
You're going to be regretting that when you're hungry in 4 hours. Just saying.
As you
Yes,
kind of
5 hours.
Yeah, as you're kind of working on throwing things overboard, you can see maybe you've got 5 to 10 minutes until this ship clears up next to you.
All right, let's go to the next room and we'll just
Yeah.
hold up in it, I suppose.
What if a shark eats a meaty bit that turns into a stone bit and then the shark sinks?
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
No Sharknado for that shark.
That's right.
So, yeah, you open up the last one. It looks to be like the surgeon quarters. It's a stateroom with a large table, a desk, a shelf with several stoppered jars. Next to a large table is a small table with surgical equipment and a large book. Hanging by a hook over the wall is an unlit lantern. On the large table is an exposed body of a young male sailor. Someone has taken forceps and pulled back the flesh of the midsection as part of a post-mortem kind of examination. The corpse bears savage wounds to its abdomen, as well as many lacerations on its arms, face, and neck. The corpse has one eye open that leers at you disturbingly.
Just
Sleep with
gonna,
one eye open, I heard them say.
gonna go ahead and close that eyelid.
You start kind of pushing the eyelid closed, but you realize that the eye is hard, and this is like a glass eye.
All right, gonna take a sponge or a piece of surgeon's cloth or something and just put it over his eyes because that's creepy.
Sure. You do so.
Well, anything else fun in here that we can liberate or...
You do find a book on, seems to have detailed illustration depicting certain, like, herbs and essential ingredients used for, like, healing. What else? That's kind of it. Maybe you find a few surgical tools. You can maybe find, like, a small handsaw or a real sharp dagger used as a scalpel.
Is it possible for somebody to try and patch themselves up at all, or that's probably too...
Sure. Do you have any kind of background that deals with healing?
Not really.
Or if you want to give me, consult this book and give me an intelligence test.
Maybe.
While they're doing that, I'll probably take this dead guy and just yeet him out onto the deck and try and maybe work about barricading this door a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll have Chip, because Chip wants to see if he can figure out a way to help out his brother Dale. He's just going to kind of read through it, see if anything comes to mind. What would I need? I do have some fleeting luck.
I was going to go anything above a 7.
Okay.
Would get you some information to, how to do some basic healing. I was going to then take anything over a 12. Would give you some confidence on how to safely apply that healing.
I will spend 3 of my fleeting luck and get to that
Sure.
12.
You find information on a couple herbs. One of them is known to being having strong healing properties, but sadly, its side effect is it also induces hallucination. You find information on another salve, and kind of looking at the stoppered jars that are on this shelf, you can see that the doctor has all of this stuff in stock. But you do find information on a healing salve is not as effective, but doesn't have the hallucinogenic side effects.
Maybe you can whip some of that for all of us up.
Yeah, so I would go for the less effective, but not making everybody go crazy.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a D12.
Okay, I will. I hope I get something decent. D12, there you are.
You find the salve, it's got 2 applications worth in it, and each application will heal 1 hit point.
Well,
I've got 2 characters that are short HP. I don't know about anybody else.
yeah, I know Dale's down 3. But
I'm at 3, 3, and 4. Sounds like Dale needs some now.
Dale, yeah, took a beating. And I feel bad because I normally, above board try to spread it out, but I feel like Chip would kind of be a bastard and give it to his brother.
That's all right.
Sure.
Well, actually, could I potentially have spent fleeting luck on my D12 roll, or is that only on
Sure.
D20 rolls?
I'll let you do that.
You know what? I'm going to spend. How many people are down HP?
I'm short 3.
3 people.
Okay. Anybody else?
Bert, any of your people hurt?
Then we just have our 2 hit points apiece.
What about you, Eddie? Any of your guys down?
Aria is the only one hurt. She's down 2 hit points, but she's still got 4.
Well, guess what? I have 5 fleeting luck yet left. I spend all 5 to pump into that. And there you go.
So yeah, 5 usages. No, 7 usages of the salve.
Mhm.
Each usage heals 1 hit point.
Boom. That I feel is the best I was going to do with my fleeting luck.
There you go.
I keep thinking about finding some time to dump mine before I blow it.
All right, so we partake of a lot of herb and spices and
Everything nice.
All right.
Ooh, guys,
Now we're ready for pirates.
Suddenly, Aria has a really, really interesting idea.
Okay.
The mushrooms.
Put them on the deck and open them up.
We got pirates incoming.
Put them on the deck and let them open it up.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can mobilize and get that crate of mushrooms up to
Sure.
the top.
I
Okay.
want each of you to roll me an agility test. Give me just a second. I am going to
Okay.
roll.
Some good thinking though.
Yeah.
Us or each of our characters?
Let's do. You know that there's about 6 minutes till these pirates show up. I want. Let's see. I'm going to say it's going to take you 7 minutes to get that crate from below deck up to where they're going to be at. Each of your characters can make an agility test to help on it.
Okay.
For every success, you reduce that 7 minutes by 1 minute. And you get a critical fail, I'm going to add 2 minutes.
Oof.
Okay.
All right. So Dale doesn't help. Whoever rolled his party location, that rolled 2d20.
Yeah, so I got an 11 and a 7.
Okay. That's I'm going to count that as 1 success. So that takes you to 6 minutes.
I rolled a 12.
A 12 is a success. That takes you to 5 minutes.
Anybody else yet to roll? I was just gonna wait.
Is it just one for each character rolled, or
Yeah,
one
for each
oh,
character.
Okay.
6 doesn't
Man.
do it.
My folks are helping. Chip, do something, Chip.
2
No.
doesn't do it. No.
My people don't feel like helping.
That 14, Dan, are those 3 all yours?
Wow.
No, I haven't rolled mine yet.
Who was that 14, 16, and 18?
Those are my other 3 characters.
Okay. Yeah, you drop 3 more minutes. So we're at 2 minutes to get the job done. That would leave you 2 minutes to get it. And then if you're going to barricade yourself, 4 minutes to barricade yourself back in that surgeon quarters.
All right, there's one more roll here to see
All
if it can get us down to a minute.
I'll give it to you in a minute. I'm not going to go any lower.
Yeah, that's why I figured.
Okay.
We're gonna rocket that thing up to the top.
Yeah.
The box.
So yeah, you take the crate.
Power up teamwork.
We
You
probably found the pulley
Voice
system
driver.
that drops things in and out of the.
yeah, there would be a pulley system from the rigging above that you could use to hoist it up real quick and just leave it on the deck. You leaving it there closed, or are you going to try and open the crate so when they come on, it'll just hit them?
Now leave it closed. They're not going to be able to resist opening that.
Yeah.
I would leave it closed, but maybe grab we'll grab just a couple, maybe 2-3 gold pieces from Frederick, since he had that.
Oh, and just drop it around it.
On top of it and on the floor next to it.
There you go.
Yes.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yes.
Maybe it's about to be our pirate ship. Let's find some way to like mask up and jam up.
Pirates
our-
like party.
So, yeah, you all barricade yourselves back in the surgeon's quarters. And you hear the sound of the ship grappling hooks clatter against the deck of your ship. Planks extend. You hear footsteps and voices and shouting make it onto your ship. Let's see. And you hear kind of the soft and muffled, like, what the heck is this? Are they trying to bribe us off? Well, I don't know, but it stinks to high heaven. You there, Smithy, open it up. And then oh God, it stinks. I'm going to go ahead and roll a D20. D20. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And then it goes silent out on the deck. Maybe the occasional thump, 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 what sounds like somebody collapsing onto the floor. And a few minutes go by, and there's no other sounds out there.
All right, so do we try and now what? We didn't plan for success.
They probably didn't send everybody over on the first wave.
I wouldn't expect so either.
We should probably wait just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Especially if it's still opened, it'll keep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a few moments later, you hear a strange ripping noise and some soft splashing noise on the deck. And then you hear some sounds like something was thrown overboard.
Mm-hmm.
Hits the water. From the other ship, you hear shouting and maybe the twang of crossbows or arrows.
Uh-oh.
Critters.
Or they're lighting our stuff on fire.
Could be either. Yep.
And then time goes by. It goes silent again. Maybe another 20, 30 minutes you wait.
All right. We
crack
don't
open the door.
smell any. Yeah, we don't smell any smoke.
No.
Okay.
Okay. If it's been that long, hopefully that's left it open enough that whatever was in the box is kind of
Heard out.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
in case, though, let's wrap up
agreed.
some damp
Yeah.
cloth.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, you step out. Your face is covered with this damp cloth. And you just see that there is just bloody mess all over the deck of the ship.
Oh.
The crate is still open, but one of you could safely go close it. There's no bodies on the deck, but you do see there's littering of arrows and crossbow bolts here and there on the deck. The other ship is still attached to your ship. They threw grappling hooks over, pulled in, tied the two ships off, and lowered planks to move across. You don't see any signs of activity on the other ship either.
Boy, did we just change ships
Did we
from
just
one
get a ship?
broken ship that we can't use to a new ship we can't use?
It's possibly when we pump the bilge, those eggs came out floating in the water and got up to the other ship too. Possible.
Well, do we move on to the other ship?
That ship hopefully doesn't have a broken wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's check it out.
It's an upgrade at least.
So,
Yeah.
you move over to the other ship. You make your way across the planks. And you see more signs of carnage on the deck.
good.
You do hear from one of the cabins towards the back of this ship. You do hear the sounds of like clattering, like something metal hits the floor inside, and you watch as out stumbles a regular generic looking pirate, muscular person, kind of on the tall side, gripping their midsection is just entrails are just kind of hanging out.
We need to kill him. Oh, he's already like.
Yeah.
As you see darkening the doorway behind them from the cabin they walked out of, you see that creature again.
Another one. Yeah.
So the population of the pirates went down and the population of the creatures went up.
And it locks eyes on the group of you. And why don't we keep the same initiative?
Okay.
Mine's horrible.
It'll be bad if we reroll anyway. Bert, what are you gonna do?
My guy with the sling is gonna pop a silver at him.
Sure thing.
3. We got any rerolls?
I'm sure we do. Yeah, go ahead and
We've
take a
got
reroll.
one because we've been banking them in favor of not nat wanting our.
You guys mind if I take it?
It's up
Please
to
do.
you.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
So this is also a silver piece in case silver
okay.
affects it anymore.
Sure.
Nothing.
Okay. This thing.
Would it matter if I spent some fleeting luck to get it up to a 10 or an 11? Would that matter?
If you would need to give me God, it's a lot. You would need to give me 8 luck.
Oh, I don't have 8.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, this version of the creature is maybe 9 feet tall.
Oh, jeez.
Large,
Where'd that come
muscular.
I don't know.
Yeah, was it 9 feet tall, muscular? God, this giant, gnarly looking tail with almost like grasping spikes on it. Anyway, what's your other character doing there, Bert? There's another
All right,
reroll.
How close is it?
We're gonna say like 20 feet.
Has anyone else been using distance weapons?
Chip has.
All right. He's not going to rush in just yet. Then he's going to stay in guard just so that other volley can get off. But he's going to take a quick look around. Does this ship have any what'd you call them? Safety boats or escape boats?
Yeah.
Tied to it.
Yeah. You see a couple dinghies attached to the side.
All right. Well, he'll point with his sword. It's like, maybe our best bet is to drop one of those and get the hell off of these ships.
We gotta luck.
Thank you, Captain, for the bits again.
And then
Wasabi burger.
Yeah.
Fleeting luck.
That's another point of fleeting luck for everyone. Yeah. So yeah, you point out the dinghy hanging from the side of the ship. Jeremy, what are you gonna do?
Trying to think. So we've got some lines. We probably don't have time to do it all in one round. I had an idea. Would it be too much to do in a round to like for Chip to take one of the arrows that he does have and like maybe dip it in some lantern oil and basically try and do like a flaming arrow?
That would be a little too much. I'll let you light up the arrow this round and then shoot it next round.
What if his brother Dale does the setup and then lets Chip do it?
I would let that. Yeah.
Basically, the two brothers high five each other. Like, are you thinking of what I'm thinking? Definitely.
Yeah.
Flaming arrow.
Sure thing. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it out for me.
All right. Tag team back again. Okay. Don't suck. That's probably not going to hit.
Yeah. 8. No.
Is it even close?
You would need to give me 8 points of fleeting luck or 8 points of luck.
Wow. Yeah, and I'm not spending a reroll on that. So there's just a flaming arrow on the deck somewhere.
It's great. It's great.
And then I guess, is it close enough for another person to just move in?
Yeah. So it's probably like 20 feet, so someone can move up for melee.
All right. So Poor stupid Zippy that just wants to hurt something will go in and attack. All right, here we go. Man, the dice gods have turned against me.
I have. All right, is that all yours?
That's it.
Eddie, what do you got?
Trying to think here.
Now,
Yeah. Well, I guess the only thing we can do is just try and attack.
now Bert's characters did point out that dinghy.
Is it big enough for everybody though?
It'll probably fit 9 or 10 people.
Okay.
It won't be comfortable.
I was picturing a lot smaller than that. Maybe I shouldn't have charged.
I assume it's for like a landing party sort of thing, so probably a little bit bigger than a rowboat.
Chuck, this thing it's standing in the doorway, is that right? Or
To
has
one
it
of the
come out?
cabins. Yeah. It's maybe like just stepped out of the door frame.
Okay. Are there any lit lanterns on the deck of the boat here?
Give me a luck test.
Let's see.
Yeah, sure. You see a lit lantern.
All right. I've got an idea. Not sure if it's a good idea.
Burn this boat also.
So Friedrich is just, I don't know. He's just kind of going to snap after seeing all the horrors that he's seen. He's going to grab a lantern. I'm assuming these are kind of your usual sort of old-timey glass lantern filled with oil.
Yeah.
He's going to take one of the lit lanterns that he finds. He's going to grab it, and he's just going to hold it like this against his own chest and charge at this thing with the intention of smashing it against it.
Sure.
Basically,
Tackle him into the room.
Yeah, heading towards the inside of that cabin, whatever, to try and light itself and him on fire at the same
Sure.
time.
Give me I want a strength test for the charge, and then I want a luck test for breaking the lantern.
Oh, God. Oh, strength test for the charge.
How much fleeting luck do you got?
I've got the fleeting luck. That's not the issue. I'm probably going to have to burn the re-roll on the strength check, though. Is that all right with you guys?
Now, before you do that,
I mean, what do you need to get? That's the real question.
before you do that, this is going to be an opposed test. That's the number you got to beat.
Oh,
All right. I'm gonna go for the re-roll. Hope for the best.
Okay. Well, that's within
I
luck
can-
reach.
I can burn 6 luck to make that 16. If a tie will give it in my favor.
I'll let you take a tie. Yeah, you'll get your way with the 16.
Then let's hit the luck test then for.
I'll let you keep your luck check. You haven't rolled your luck. Yeah, you rolled a 3 on your luck, right?
Well,
is
that
it
was to
20?
find a lantern.
to find
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me your luck test then.
12.
What's your luck score?
My luck score is, I believe it's 11. Yeah, it's 11. So I'm not under.
No, you're over. That's a fail. You want to use that reroll Captain Kyrian just bought?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. This might be our only way out. 6, that's under.
That's under.
Nice.
So you crash into this creature and push it back into this chamber. And there's Wasabi Burger.
go.
That's another
Wasabi
reroll.
Burger.
Thanks. Pushes you back into this chamber. The lantern explodes. Give me a D4 that you're going to deal to this thing just on the impact of it. Okay, 4 damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do D6 in fire damage, 5 damage to both you and the creature.
Oh, yeah. No, Friedrich's dead. He's dead as a doorknob.
Sure.
He's just flaming dead weight on top of this
So
thing.
as the oil ruptures out and catches fire, the creature takes 5 damage. Frederick takes 5 damage. The creature now needs to make an agility save or a reflex save to keep from staying lit on fire, which it fails.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Eddie, anything else on your turn?
Everybody else has got melee weapons. I'm not sure they want to do anything while this thing's on fire.
Now that it's in a separate cabin on fire.
Yeah, now that it's in a separate cabin on fire,
Barricade.
I think Petty Tom's just gonna walk up and close the door.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Door closed.
I'm gonna ask, is there by chance any way that the door handle and such of this door is of a fashion where I could barricade the door shut with his short sword or his club?
Give me a luck test. Roll a d20, roll under your luck score.
Well under it.
A 4? Yeah, it's got, like the turning style latch. It's actually a very fancy latch for this. And you are able to shove your sword kind of across the door. It's just barely, just touching just a little bit on each side of the frame, but enough that you can kind of wedge it under that door or the handle.
Petty Tom just slides it on in there and just turns around and goes, "Let's go home."
Dale just like points a hand over that looks at his brother Chip. It's like, you and your stupid flaming arrows.
So,
Thought you looked cool, but that looked cool.
Yeah.
the creature
Let's work on getting that boat ready.
takes another 4 points of fire damage and spends its turn trying to put itself out. And I'll say it puts itself out, but it spends its turn doing so, and it did take some more damage. Dan.
We're gonna start getting that dinghy ready.
Sure. I mean, it can be as easy as run up and just chop the ropes and then leap overboard.
Well, we probably want other people in the boat before it falls, so that way nobody has
So
to
the
dive.
way these boats are kind of stored on ships like this, they're not stored so they're bottom down. They're flipped up on their side up against the hull of the ship. So you wouldn't be able to get into the ship until the ship has been lowered.
Okay.
Usually they would use, some manpower to just manually lower it down. Or like I said, you can just chop the ropes.
This is our only way, so let's do it right.
Sharks in the water.
You got to do some manpower to lower it down.
That's laughable with all of my characters with 7 strength, but yes.
Give me strength tests.
They're all gonna work on it together.
How many characters you got?
3.
Pick one character with the highest modifier to do the test, and then take a +1 bonus for each additional character of yours helping.
They're all 7 with a -1.
So
So you're plus
That would
one.
be a 14.
plus 2 to that,
It's a 14.
you succeed in lowering the boat down to the water.
Yeah.
Bert, how are your characters getting down to this boat?
Actually, my characters are going to run back to the other ship, grab a barrel of hardtack, some provisions, and throw them so that, if they're still in barrels, so that they can be pulled onto that boat.
Yeah. Now, it'll take you a couple of rounds to do this because you're going to have to go down below. Well, I guess the galley was up top.
Yeah.
I'll say you can find yourself a barrel of hardtack and you toss it overboard.
Water. Yeah.
And then, they would have to have their own water. So you do find a couple barrels of smaller barrels of water in the galley, and you toss them overboard as well.
Mm-hmm. And then we're just going to jump overboard.
There you go. You are in the water. All right, Jeremy.
Are there any like windows into the room where this thing got locked in, or was it
Not from this side. Usually the windows like on the ships like this are all on the exterior.
There's not really a good way to do like held action or anything, I don't think.
Not by the rules as written. What do you want to do?
I mean, basically, I was going to have this crew kind of wait for the thing to try and come bursting out of the door, and then take opportunity attacks at it as it does.
Roll me a luck test.
Okay. All right. Come on, Chip. Sorry, it's being a little slow. So I got to get under a 16.
At or under a 16.
Pretty doable.
Yeah, it's a great. Yeah.
Chip's pretty lucky.
The creature bursts through the door. Make your attack rolls.
Excellent. I'll let Chip roll first.
Sure.
We'll say he'll save his last arrow for something. So Chip
19's a hit.
smacks him with a club. Then his brother will go at it.
Then
11's probably pretty far away, I think.
Yeah. 11, you would need to give me 5 points of luck.
Don't have it. And
Does the-
then
any kind of bonuses? You mentioned earlier that it might not include something.
man, other than Chip, the dice gods were not friendly. Oh well.
All
I
right.
got one hit in.
There you go. Eddie, what do you got?
So I think what'll probably happen is Bear will go ahead and run up on it and try and poke it a little bit as well, seeing that it's fairly wounded.
Sure. Your character, go and make your attack roll. That's not a hit.
That's not going to do it. The other two, Arya and Petty Tom, are probably going to head for the boat.
Okay.
On the way, Petty's going to go ahead and see if he can't drag the body of that sailor that stumbled out
Yeah.
with his guts falling out, and see if he can't just kind of slide him to the edge of the rail and kick him overboard into the water.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength test for that one. The other person now, are you wanting to climb down the outside of the boat? The main ship down to the boat, or are you just wanting to leap into the water?
I think they're just kind of making their way to the edge of the boat. They haven't climbed
Okay.
down.
Yeah. So just give me a strength test for the one who's wanting to throw that body into the water.
Ooh.
There goes our fleeting luck. And yeah, it like they're caught on a hook or a nail or something sticking out of the deck, and you're just not able to move them.
I think we have one more reroll that we haven't used yet.
And then Captain Kyrian, we had a couple of rerolls. So yeah, go ahead and reroll that. Keep our fleeting luck.
Wasabi Burger bought us one, and now
Captain
if you
Kyrian.
spend that
Oh my
one,
lord.
Captain Kyrian's restacked us.
Yeah.
That was close to another one.
But
It
it
was.
wasn't a one. So you don't succeed on dragging the body, but you don't remove all the fleeting luck. Anything else, Eddie? I think that was your three.
No, that's it. That's all. Yeah.
Cool. There are 4 of you, if I remember correctly, on this creature. Let's see. I actually get to dig into this thing's stats. That's fantastic. All right.
Oh my goodness. Got reloaded with another reroll.
So, it's going to be against Jeremy, Eddie. So, oh, I'm sorry. 2 against Eddie, 1 against Jeremy. Jeremy.
We got another reroll from Wasabi Burger too.
Oh, Jeremy.
Oh no.
How many characters? You had 3 characters up there?
Got 3 characters up there.
Sure. Which one has the lowest luck score?
Dale.
As this thing's tail pierces into the abdominal cavity of Dale and rips Dale's liver out in one quick jerk, and tosses it into the air, and this creature catches it in its mouth and just gulps it down.
Oh,
Dale is dead.
poor Dale. You
Eddie.
did good, Dale.
Which one of your... Well, you only got one character. Only Bear's up on this thing. That is going to be a... Yeah, that's going to be a 19 to hit. Three points of damage.
That's perfectly enough to kill a bear.
All right, Bear is dead as well. So that means this last attack I have is going to go against another one of your characters, Jeremy. Ah, 2's a miss. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Dan, what are you going to do?
This boat feels like it's an even better idea now than it was when I started.
Are you climbing down or are you leaping into the water?
There's sharks down there, I think, or at a minimum, there's a dead body, so there will be sharks down there. So let's try and climb down.
Sure. Give me an agility test. Just for all of yours, give me one agility test, highest modifier. Just trying to make sure you weren't going to roll a 1. You didn't. Your characters are now safely in this little rowboat. Bert's characters are in the water after
I'll try and help people if I can, or fish out the barrel of provisions.
Pretty much once everyone's either dead or in the water, we'll handle that separately. But yeah, for now, your characters are what we're going to loosely call and have made it to safety. So have Bert's. Jeremy, how many characters do you have left?
I've got the 2, and I think the elf is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And Chip wants to avenge his brother. I think the 2 of them just do their best going toe-to-toe with the creature if everybody else wants to run away.
Sure. Give me some attack rolls.
All right. Come on, Chip. Do it for Dale.
No.
Nope. You suck, Chip.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh, poor thing.
Nope.
Nope.
The dice gods are hating me tonight.
Yeah, I've had virtually no success with melee tonight, so I was just like,
We do have 2 rerolls, guys. We have 2
If
rerolls.
you want to use a reroll,
I mean, sure, why not?
Zippy or Chip?
Zippy is the smarter choice, but I want to give it to Chip. It was his brother that got killed.
Okay. 15 is a miss.
can you luck it?
You need
Do you
1
have a
point of
free
luck.
I do have a point of luck, and I'll do
All
a
right.
whopping 1 point of damage.
And it falls over dead.
Does not.
No, it didn't. Okay.
But at
All right.
least he drew blood.
He did. Eddie, what do you got going? You got 2 characters. One tried to throw a body overboard and failed. The other one's waiting by the railing. What are you going to do?
Well, first and foremost, Petty's going to look down at the body of that sailor and kind of grunt a little bit and kick it in the side of the head, just out of frustration.
Okay.
But then he's going to turn and look at Arya, and he's going to kind of pat her on the backside and just say, you go on. You go on without me. You go on. And then he's just going to kind of saunter over to this thing and pull his club out.
Sure. So Arya makes it to safety. And is Arya just leaping into the water or climbing down?
Arya's going to climb down.
Okay. Give me an agility test for Arya. I just want to make sure you don't roll a 1. All right. You're good. So
All right.
if your other character wants to make that attack.
Let's see here. It's an 11. It's not going to hit.
I would need 5 luck to get that up to range.
I can't make that happen.
Sure. So now there's 3 creatures around this. 3 characters around this creature.
3 corpses around this creature.
Jeremy, Chip gets an attack. And it's a miss.
Whoa.
Zippy gets an attack, and that's a dirty 20.
That hits.
And that's going to be, wow, 1 point of damage.
That is lucky. He's still up.
All right. And Eddie, your character, 15. That's probably going to hit.
Yep.
as this thing claws out for another point of damage. Is your character still up?
Still up. Gives it
Buying
the
us
finger.
time. The heroes that we needed.
So, Dan,
Eddie just squeezes a little bit of blood out of his mouth and gives it the finger and just kind of
There you go.
grumbles.
Dan, you're in safety. You help Arya in. You see Bert's characters in the water along with the barrels. You start kind of working on getting those. Turn, we're going to pass back around to Jeremy.
Okay. I'll continue to make bad, illogical decisions.
Sure.
Go get him, Chip.
No.
Chip, you suck. That's all right. It's not your fault, buddy.
What's Zippy going to do?
Zippy's going to try and stab it. Man, I just can't roll for a darn. That's all right.
We got to re-roll.
Okay. Are we okay with that?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Once
Chip or
again, I'll
Zippy?
give it. I'm going to get just for thematically, I feel it's more appropriate to give it to Chip.
Sure.
And Chip sucks.
Chips. It's not good. All right. Eddie, what are you going to do with your character that's still up here?
You guys are making me nervous with my
Just
fleeting
trying
luck
to
I'm
hit it
still
with
sitting
his
on.
club.
All right. You
Hit it in the face.
go ahead. No.
That's a 3. Yikes.
All
What
right.
the hell is going on here?
So the creature attacks Chip.
The scene from the end of Shaun of the Dead. When they
Just like we're
all.
all flailing so worthlessly.
It's 15 hits.
Yes, it does.
Chip takes 4 points of damage.
It's a
Goodbye,
slap
Chip.
It's
Chip
not
is
even that
slain.
close.
Just so many rolls and none of them. Man,
Okay.
Where
This
I-
creature,
these for
the
us.
creature's taking our rolls.
the creature does crit on 19 and 20s.
That's all right.
And a critical hit on this one is exactly what happened to your first creature. There is technically a damage roll. I didn't roll it on the first one. I'll go ahead and roll it on this one. Yes.
Yeah.
As this creature rips in with its tail again, pulls out Zippy's liver, and gulps it down whole.
Boyd's got a thing for livers.
Zippy
It
is
does.
dead as well.
All right. That's all my characters.
Eddie, that's a miss. It's your turn,
He's got
Eddie.
the power of 2 more.
Eddie looks
livers.
over at the other 2 boys. Nice knowing you, boys. Takes a swing. I don't know if it's going to do any good.
Just so
If
you
the way
know,
the dice have been rolling tonight, probably not.
on this creature's, no, it doesn't. This creature now gets
Man,
3 attacks.
We can't even break like 8.
No.
Hey,
Not even
geez.
breaking 10. Like,
What's your AC for that character?
It's 11.
This creature misses all 3 attacks against you. Go ahead and make another attack with your club.
wow.
Well, at least we're gonna be like 5
Wow.
feet away from the ship. At this
Finally.
rate.
Dirty 20. Go ahead and give me some damage.
2 damage.
All right. The creature makes its 3 attacks against you.
There's a chance.
I get an 11. Yeah. It gets a +3 bonus.
Dang.
All right. Is that even with me or?
It matches your AC, so the hit goes through, dealing you 6 points of damage.
He's dead. He just goes down like a sack of old dusty potatoes.
Those that made it into the water make it to the boats with the supplies that Bert's characters threw into the water. You slowly start paddling your way towards where you believe Alves was. As you slowly fade off into the night as rain sets in, leaving the 2 ships. There was a fire burning in one of the cabins of the pirate ship from the lantern oil.
And
And
it'll burn them both.
slowly as the night progresses, you do see the brightness, the little dot of light on the horizon of these ships slowly grow brighter and brighter as they burn. And that's where the adventure ends.
Yay.
Wow.
One of my characters sneaks out a hand from one of the corpses.
So,
He just wanted to eat someone the whole time.
we started out tonight with 16 characters. How many characters do we have left?
I got 3.
Got one.
So 6 characters out of 16. 10 died.
Not
And
bad.
one of them still has a beaver tattoo.
That's true.
Yeah.
One of my characters still has his little beaver fur hat
Yeah.
draped over his head.
So yeah, Captain Kyrian, pretty much these pirates were a part of a cult that worshipped a stone demon. They were collecting, miners from Alves and taking them to the copper mining lists, which had been taken over by the cult. And inside this copper mine, they sacrificed these people to the stone demon, and they do this once a month. Well, on the last run, the lead cultist messed up the incantation, which caused the stone demon effigy to explode. And every pirate or cultist that was injured started having one of these stone demons grow inside of it. And that's the creature that you all fought. So yeah, it also means
Was it
that
the same one over and over, or was it different ones every
so
time?
the 6 that you fought to begin with were offspring of the main one. After you made it out of that first area, it was the same one over and over again. It has a regeneration ability where if it's reduced to 0, it turns to that black ooze and escapes, so it can reform shortly after.
That's kind of what I figured.
What the hell was the deal with the pigs?
The pigs were infected by the creature and transformed with demonic kind of energy.
Bastard.
You didn't make it down into the bilge. There was a bunch of eels down in the bilge that were also infected. So there was monstrous eels down there. The eggs were the eggs of the creature. After it hatched out of the captain's steward, it started killing crew members, stealing their livers to feed to its young, laying eggs. Yeah.
Got a thing for livers.
It's got a thing for livers. So what did y'all think?
It was
I had a
fun.
good time.
Fun. Yeah.
Signaling the pirate ship was an accident, but it turns out it worked out for us, I think.
So question though.
Yeah.
So you said when we were talking off screen that they did have a place where you could regenerate your 0 levels. Where would that have been?
Where you guys woke up.
The other characters.
There was
the
like
other ones.
40 crew people that were taken, and you were 16 of them that woken up. There was some of them that were just flat out dead, and there were other ones that were waking up from the mushroom coma that they put you in with that box. So if you would have had, early in the venture, if someone would have lost all their characters, another group would have woken up and reconnected with you all.
Makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was good. It worked out well. We everybody had at least some characters left at the end to either die at the end or make it away. So
Yeah.
in comedic or heroic fashion, mostly comedic.
So ending this adventure, there's 2 ways to do it. Contacting the pirates or destroying the eggs in the bilge. Destroying the eggs were acidic. So when they were laid there, they started eating a hole through the hull of the ship. Destroying those eggs, if you did it recklessly, would have... give me a second. Destroying them recklessly would have just broken a hole in the ship, and the ship would have actively started sinking, and you would have only had a few rounds until the ship completely sunk, coming up to a TPK. The other thing is contacting the pirates. Now, if you all would have just waited for the pirates to show up, you would have had 2 rounds to convince the pirates to help you. if you would have talked back to the pirates, they would have just started killing you all. But that was the other way. You have 2 rounds to convince the pirates to help, and then the monster, the final form of the monster, attacks, and you've got a boss battle with all of you and the pirates.
Trying to survive.
Yeah.
That sounds doable, although I don't mind our derailment of it.
Well,
That
yeah.
was fun.
You knocking the pirates out made them an easy target for the creature, which then was able to achieve its final form and then go over to the other ship and start killing everyone on the other ship.
Yeah.
So 9,000.
Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Yeah, it's not bad. So
That's
we got
fun.
away. Possibly those characters will live. We have some gold.
You have
I
some
did
gold?
use the gold as ammo.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Friedrich died with his gold. The rest of it.
Yeah.
Darn.
Now, if you all would have, those of you decided to fight, you could have just jumped off and those characters would have made it.
Yeah, sure, but
More fun.
Exciting or fun.
Yeah. But yeah, the stone priestess specifically is once her body was taken back to the copper mine, she would have woken up. It would have, taken a little bit for her to wake up, and then she would have been extremely weakened for a few weeks, but that was her way of surviving this. Let me turn to stone so it can't eat my liver, and hopefully the ship doesn't sink.
Joke's on her.
Yeah.
yeah.
That mermaid rope coil in the captain's quarters,
Mm-hmm.
that was actually one way that you could have woken her up. It was actually a magical coil which had some spells kind of enchanted into it. So if you would have studied it with a good intelligence test, it would have either cast water breathing or dispel magic for you.
Well, that's neat.
The Captain Kyrian asks, what happens if you do save her?
If
Anything?
you wake her up.
Well, if you wake her up, she's super weakened, so she's not a threat. Pretty much she would be a source of information and a way of kind of recommending how to escape without getting eaten. So yeah, that's pretty much what would have happened. She wouldn't have been a
But we would
combatant.
have had to escape first, though, to be able to get her to the caves.
Well, if you
Right.
would have used that rope coil,
the rope. Okay.
you could have used that to cast dispel magic on her,
Okay.
dispelling the petrification and the sleep. She would have still been in a very weakened state for weeks, but
Yeah.
Thank
I had
God.
no issues with it being thrown overboard, though.
Mhm,
His quirk commanded him to do so.
mhm.
Safer just to get rid of her.
The
Another
pickaxe she had was a magical weapon, and it dealt an extra D6 damage to demons, so you could have used it against the creature.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that was
I
fun.
don't regret tossing her overboard.
No, I don't regret anything we did, really.
Gotta
Yeah,
do what
yeah.
you gotta do.
If you hadn't, I would have.
That was a fairly fair funnel as well.
Yeah.
A lot of funnels have if you mess up, dead.
Yeah.
This one was fairly fair.
That was my biggest complaint with Portal Under the Stars. There was just obstacles you come across where the only way to get past it was
Just
to
sacrifice.
just throw bodies at it.
Yeah.
Just RNG the whole way.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I liked about the Weird Frontiers, the wagon funnel. It's a giant
Thought it was
funnel.
cool, too.
But it was really fun because it just had all these scenarios that kind of show things off that you can work through, but characters are still going to die. But yeah.
Yeah, but you're not applying character deaths just to say, "Can I open this door?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with
Cool.
that. Yeah.
No,
Definitely.
this was a good
yeah.
one. Yeah, this
Didn't
was a
feel
good
like
one.
there was any cheap deaths.
No, and even the ones that I thought should have happened didn't.
Yeah. And
I was like, anytime I climb up something, I expect to fall to my death. And,
Yeah.
and I didn't.
and the nice thing is the book has story hooks, campaign hooks for after you complete the funnel. Like, here's where you can kind of take this in the next steps with what this set up. So I always enjoy
That's
it when they
good.
set that up.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, yeah, Alves is going to be... They left their sick sailors there who all had these creatures growing in them. So your hometown is in trouble. There was going to be injured in lice. So same situation there.
No matter which way you go, there's some trouble.
Yeah. Or you could have joined teams with the pirates and become a pirate.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. They left you a lot of ways to win. Win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I like, so far Stephen Newton stuff. I'm enjoying
Agreed.
his stuff. Yeah.
A lot of it's been, I don't know, pretty fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, interesting plot points to it.
Oh. Okay. That was worrisome. OBS just kind of locked for a second.
And usually it seems like a lot of his have, I don't know, like different, like very small branches in them, so you can run them in one night, but you can run it differently every time.
Well, same thing with like Obadiah Faulkner. It's just, here's an area, go explore it. And eventually you'll come across a way to end this situation.
There's like enough subtlety in it. You could go about it in a bunch of different ways and have different outcomes every time, but still have it be a compact adventure.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and do our sign-offs.
Before you do, what's the next game? You want to plug that?
Yeah,
Next
we're
module?
gonna do so 2 weeks. Tonight on next episode of Danger Strangers, we're gonna be running Empire of the East. We're gonna be running one of the funnels in that. So brand new on sale, based on the works of Fred Saberhagen, I believe is his name. So you can buy it now, brand new on the Goodman Game Store. I just got my Kickstarter copy in the mail like this week.
Yeah, it's a good looking book.
So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm gonna enjoy that. So far I'm trying to remember who all we have confirmed as players. Bert, you did, and Jeremy, and I think April, and I don't remember who else said they wanted it.
Tyler, maybe?
Was it Tyler? Tyler was in. So we got at least 4. So we might be looking for another player or 2. But yeah, we'll see what goes. Well, yeah, we'll be kicking off that funnel on our next episode of Danger Strangers.
On the tentative side due to scheduling, but
Yeah. There we go. My computer's starting to lock up on me. So let's hurry up and sign this thing off before it crashes. Yeah, I'm Chuck. I run Defenders of Kobold. You can find us regularly, twitch.tv/Defenders of Kobold. Yeah, I don't know. We also have a Kickstarter out right now. Do I have a link for that still? Let me see if I have a link for that still. I do. There it is. Check out our Kickstarter. We're all working on it. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff. It's our apocalypse version. So you'll have a lot of great content that you could dump in like your MCC game. It's going to be great. MCC, or you can even swing it for like Umerica. Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah. Bert, where can they find you?
Hey, just check out twitch.tv Steam Steel Murder. Lots of original Dungeons and Dragons, BX, and AD&D going on there, as well as some one-shot games.
Put the link in. There we go. Even worked. All right. Jeremy.
On Anchor or some on YouTube, we've got the Plewdcast, PLEWD, talking about comics and other nerdy stuff. And outside that, I play games with these wonderful people.
There you go. All right. And coming up for us this week, actually Sunday, which right now it's technically Sunday for us, 9 p.m. Central on Defenders of Kobold. We're kicking off our Saltmarsh campaign. So yeah, there's going to be 4 of us playing in that. Jake will join later. Alex is running it. Yeah, we're going to be kicking off the 5th edition version of Ghost of Saltmarsh. And
Nice.
yeah, follow us on Twitter at Kobold Defenders to get our schedule and updates and stuff. I don't know. I ain't got anything else. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time and stuff. Goodbye.